Good God, y'all. What is it good for?
Really? I thought you were going to break into Lowrider.
Yeah, I love that song. War. Good God, y'all.
So
Hey,
it almost sounds like the lyrics were actually just somebody talking to their friend.
Yeah, exactly.
I need to know. I need to know what's wrong with me.
That's just them coughing. Like
I
need to know what's wrong with me and why I continue to listen. I continue to listen to Cody Beyer.
Sounds like a
I have
personal
no
problem.
idea. Number one, I have no idea why you do that. Number two, I have no idea how you do that.
Oh shit! I'm not even in the chat. I'm an idiot.
No, you're not. Rectify that.
Yeah.
Hold on. I need to change the color. I don't like it being white. It kind of fucks with my eyes.
I don't like it being white.
But at least thanks to him, I found out.
It's got to be the dark motif.
At least thanks to him, I found out about that Miles guy at Crunchyroll.
Dude already knew he was an asswipe.
Dog. We've talked to him about this podcast on this podcast. We've talked about him on this podcast before.
No. But the thing is some of my friends actually met him.
Wow.
Let's just say, that, or at least from what I got out of them, they said he was actually much worse in person.
Is he really gay or just like?
Wow. Whoa. Okay, VZ. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to look up the term non sequitur, and then use it in a sentence regarding whatever that statement was.
I know what non sequitur is.
Can you use it in a sentence involving what you just said?
Holy shit!
Is he gay? Is Miles gay?
I don't know. Ask him. Bend over and see. I don't know.
You know what? I have no idea. I have no reason to be interested in answering that question.
I don't care. Yeah, I don't really care. Okay.
He looks like the most hipster that ever hipster to hipster.
You know who he looks like? He looks like that kid from A Christmas Story.
Yeah, no, that's what you told me. But that photo of him with like that half-ass smile, like I'm trying to smile here, but I really hate myself.
Okay, wait a minute. I fucked that up. Oh, it's great radio.
Oh, it's wonderful radio. Oh, I can't upload the 15 megabyte GIF file to Twitter. It won't let me.
It's too big. That's what she said. Okay, I'm finally in the chat.
I'll do the.
What is it? That's what I just said. Upload that.
What are you gonna upload?
Tweets. So I have this gorgeous 15 megabyte big GIF file of Utaha Kasumigaoka from Saikano putting her pantyhose on, and I wanted to use that in conjunction with the link on Twitter.
Why don't you just use a one piece one, considering what we're going to be talking about? You're like, I don't have one.
I don't have any One Piece images on this computer at all.
Yeah. Well, that's because you're into girls. Did I go too far?
Some say it wasn't possible to make 2 gay jokes in 5 minutes. NTR Radio says, you know what? Rules were meant to be broken.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of true.
Okay.
We're banned in Canada.
We're banned in New Zealand.
But apparently,
actually, according to according to New Zealand like hate speech laws, we might be.
NTR Radio banned in New Zealand and proud of it.
There's a T-shirt for you.
we're probably banned in New Zealand.
NTR Radio,
and we're proud.
Banned in Europe.
Or we're going to be after this episode.
Oh, I bet, you know. Plus, if we start talking about too much bacon.
I've actually eaten a total of 5 pieces of bacon today.
Are you serious? I was just fucking around.
This is real life.
Do we have any
bacon's delicious, man.
Any listeners from Japan?
Yeah, I'm sure that language barrier helps.
I'm positive that they both understand us and can indeed communicate back to us in a language that both of us can understand. I'm positive that that's the case for all the Japanese listeners.
Not only that, but if not, I'm sure they could just make gestures and hold up questionable images that we'd get the point.
Oh, of course. All right, and we're all set. Once I get the
link out there.
The link is out.
What the hell? Where am I?
That was the whole thing with the disappointing failure of the 15 megabyte GIF file.
All right, hang on a minute.
It's a great GIF file too. It kind of pisses me off that I can't pull it because that's not the entire sequence. My file has the entire sequence, but the one I posted only has 2 out of the 3 scenes from it. It's upsetting.
Okay, we got a great thing from Scorpigeist. When I die, I want to be cremated on a pyre of bacon and then made into a firework and shot into the sky.
See, I'm gonna have all my servants build a pyramid and bury me with and bury
a
me
pyramid of
bacon.
Well, at least you know it won't get destroyed.
No, of course not.
Drango says, hello, VZ. Maybe the reason you listen to Cody is because you're a masochist. Possibly. I don't know. I just want to see.
Listen, I'm also a masochist.
Yeah, me too. No way.
But here's the thing. I actually agree with some stuff he says sometimes.
Listen, well, here's the thing, and after
Like
this we'll start. Here's the thing. Yes, a broken clock is also right twice a day.
Yeah, okay.
It's possible to say some agreeable things and also say some remarkably disagreeable things often.
See Zach.
Yeah. Okay. Starting up in 3, 2, 1. Emergency! Emergency! The massive battleship NTR Radio is approaching fast. Your mission begins now.
Warning. Warning.
Welcome to NTR Radio. I'm Tom Force Anubis.
I'm K-Gods.
And I'm VZ Mark II.
And we're using an old intro.
Yeah.
And I'm just noticing that.
We have 5 of these things, so I figured I might as well
mix it up.
Continue using them. Yeah.
Hey, I got stuff this week.
So do I.
Okay. When you mean stuff, you're not talking about like Oreos, are you?
No.
Stuff.
Yeah. Like, is there another term out there that just screams, no wonder you have an obesity problem, America?
Listen, double stuffed Oreos are delicious.
Oh, they're good. I'm not saying they're not good. I like Oreos too, man.
Don't they have like triple stuffed or something?
Okay, now we're getting we've crossed the line.
Or quadruple stuff?
We're crossing the protoplasm Rubicon.
Completely. if we're at quadruple stuff, we've completely crossed the line.
A can of just Oreo frosting.
Yeah, like that. We're at the logical conclusion.
Which is what I described the show.
It just looks like one of those things where like it looks like a spray can you use to tag stuff, and like you just put it in your mouth and.
It's like, and some people actually do this, like eating a thing of just cake frosting.
Or yeah, like
straight cake frosting.
Or just like chugging Cheese Whiz.
And it's like, listen,
that's fucking disgusting, people.
I am a fan of cake frosting. Don't get me wrong.
I'm a fan of junk food in general, but holy shit, people.
I am a fan of cake frosting when it's on the cake. Because otherwise, it's too sweet.
Can somebody verify this for me? Now, I'm not saying this is real. I'm saying it's what I heard. So you guys are going to... I mean, I could probably look, but I'm not going to right now.
No, we don't have to ask questions anymore. We have the internet, but go on.
Okay. Everybody knows what Jack in the Box is, right?
Yes.
Yes.
It's not. Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't think that's just like some kind of local phenomenon. I'm sure they're everywhere.
I've never seen one
Okay.
in person.
The
However,
same. I never
know
been.
it.
I never been.
Have you ever eaten at one?
No.
Negative.
Okay, well, it doesn't matter. That makes no difference.
But
I
know.
heard they had something. It wasn't listed on the menu.
Oh,
You
the
had to
secret-
ask for it. A bacon shake.
That sounds absolutely disgusting.
Oh, I've heard like bacon ice cream. Yeah.
That sounds absolutely disgusting.
I actually heard about this in college. And
Like I'm the guy who like when we're having pancakes and bacon, I have to hard separate plates for my
I know
pancakes
there's also
and my bacon.
chocolate covered bacon.
That sounds absolutely disgusting.
but I know what you mean. You don't want to get the syrup on it.
I don't want to get the syrup on it. I don't want to get any of the sweetness on the bacon.
Like,
The bacon
no,
is a completely different taste.
It needs to
I'm
be
gonna-
crunchy and good.
I'm gonna make
yeah.
Anubis even more disgusting.
But I'm not sure if this was real, but I heard it from a professor one time.
But no, I have indeed heard of the bacon shake. Yes.
And I'm like, see, the reason it's not on the menu is because they want to shame you into asking for it. Because they're not just going to advertise that, because then nobody will feel bad about it because it's on the menu.
A chocolate covered
Could I get a large bacon shake and a triple stack?
Well, it's like and I feel like that's probably like just the secret menu thing. Like the McDonald's secret menu.
Anubis.
That shit's disgusting.
I want to gross out Anubis.
Oh no.
Chocolate covered Jesu otaku.
See, I can't even conceptualize that.
Would you use pure otaku strain?
Your strain otaku
Oh,
syrup.
my bad. I fucked that up. I deserve that.
I forgot about that.
This is fucking disgusting.
Pure strain otaku syrup.
We're gonna get hate mail
we
for
gotta
this one. You know that, right?
Listen,
It's just syrup.
what a brainless thing to say.
That was for Aromanga Sensei, right? Yeah.
that was for Aramanga says. What a completely brainless thing to say. That's up there. That's up there with Dakimakura already.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, Scorpio Guys knows all about the McDonald's secret menu. When I worked at McDonald's, we used to make McGangbangs. You know what a
I was
McGangbang
just gonna
is?
point that up. I don't want to know.
Okay, so because you told me you don't want to know, I'm going to tell you now. Here's what you do: you order a McDouble and a McChicken. You take the you split the McDouble in half between the two buns and put the McChicken on top of one half, and then close up the burger. So now you have like bun, cheese, patty, bun, chicken, bun, patty, bun.
This sounds disgusting.
It's actually not that bad, actually.
It sounds like
Wait. Like when you order these things, please tell me they don't say that.
Number
sounds
one,
like
no,
America.
I didn't step up to the counter and say, "Can I get a gangbang, please?"
That's what I was wondering.
I just ordered a McDouble and a McChicken like a normal person.
Can I have a McGangbang? Or
Like and then fucking Ronald and Grimace and the Hamburglar come out from behind the thing, and they start taking their clothes off. They're like inviting you to go into the play place.
But hey,
This is fucking foul.
Speaking of fast food, Wendy's on Twitter.
Smug
Yeah.
Wendy's.
Yeah.
The thing is though, is the Wendy's mascot is actually entertaining
Yeah.
in that capacity.
I
And
love
also apparently has big knockers too, if you've seen some of them.
I
I'm down
love
with that.
I love the one that's with like
Mega
the
Beef?
rivalry. The rival, but the rivalry with Ronald McDonald, and he goes, "It's the reason why you're a clown, because your burgers are a joke."
No, the best
Your
joke
fruit's
was
a joke.
the best joke was when I think it was either Carl's Jr. or Burger King, and they said, "Well, what do you have to say to that? Edible food." Ouch.
Okay, and real quick, Zeke Freak in the Twitter says, "You can't even talk, Anubis. You agreed with me on having coffee creamer in cereal instead of milk," which is true, and which I still stand by because I think milk is disgusting. I don't drink it. I can at least taste.
We should
Sorry.
probably let people know to come on down.
So here's what you do.
Apparently, if you're
Which
white-
makes it sound like the fucking Price is Right.
well, apparently, if you're white and you drink milk, that's a
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's racist.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. Was that a Chan joke that got out of control?
I have no idea. It sounds like it.
Because they recently have been doing a bunch of really ridiculous ones, like the OK sign, and
Yeah. Oh, I've been
a bunch of dumb fucks have been picking up on it and running with it because they're too stupid to use common sense.
I had to post a screenshot from Idolmaster, and I was like, okay, the one character Kirari is going like this, and I had to like, oh, she's doing it.
White power sign.
Yeah. It's an anime. Or was it? There's another one. This means two genders.
Oh yeah.
That's another.
Which speaking of that, since people are flipping out about that shit, shouldn't the LGBT be complaining about the B element, since that kind of reinforces duality?
You know,
Or the binary?
CK guys, that would make far too much sense.
Okay.
Far too much sense.
Yeah. Or how about the fact that they want to add the P?
And they really they don't take stuff away from that that abbreviation. They just add stuff.
Yeah, like BBQ,
LGBTQIAA P LGBTQIAA P
AFD.
Because and terrible. I know the entire is lesbian, gay, bi, trans,
Queer. Or
really,
questioning.
Yeah, it needs to be two Qs because queer, then questioning, intersex,
Sex. Yep.
asexual, ally, pansexual, and then they just start adding pluses.
Yeah, like AH, like attack helicopter. And
Attack helicopter.
Add simple.
Attack helicopter, transport helicopter.
transcontinental.
Star, both outline star and black filled in star. What was it?
I'm telling you, they need to add the F for Fudanari.
Please tell me
plus
you're joking,
minus
Please tell me you're
time-
joking, VZ.
No, I'm joking. But
Okay, thank you.
Okay, let's talk about
I'm at
shit
a
that we
point
got.
where, okay, well, first let me tell you how you can get involved in the IRC like Drawing Girl did. She asked me, I don't like cereal. I actually love cereal. I just hate milk. So here's what you do. You go to she'slockandcontrol.net/podcast. You hit the chat link on that page. That'll take you to another page where you put in your nickname and hit the button to join us in the IRC channel. Alternatively, you could get at us with your favorite IRC client, connect it to irc.rising.net and join us in the # or # SLC media channel. In addition to that, you can get at us on Twitter at VZMK2, at classic_KGods, and at NTR_radio. And as always, you can get at us at the email address, ntrradio@gmail.com. So what'd you get, VZ?
Okay, I got to point this out. I haven't watched any of this because I have self-respect, but but apparently those Bill Nye things have gotten actually much worse.
I've seen.
I've
already seen more of it than I care to.
I saw the
apparently all I had to hear was like dancing vagina song, and I'm like, no.
That's as much as
the
you've
one
seen
I
it,
saw. Yeah,
and
that's the
already
one.
more than I've cared to.
That's the one I saw. That I'm like, okay, no.
Okay. Oh, did you hear Netflix went back and edited out something that contradicted with what they're doing now?
You know who also did that? Communism.
Well, fucking duh.
That's what that reminds me of.
That's
what is it? The person they kill
historical
the person.
Revisionism.
That's it. Kill the person, but then not just kill the person, but then remove that person out from
Erase
the
them from history.
Or alter it to where it's unrecognizable. And that's what's taught afterwards. Yeah, I know the game. I read books.
Okay. Let's talk about good shit. Let's talk about stuff that makes
So not communism.
Let's talk about stuff that makes us partly sane, because shit's not going well right now. But you know what does go well?
Porn.
I think shit's going
Second
fine.
season of Is the Order a Rabbit?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Just the standard version of Himoto Umaru-chan.
Yep. I guess we should actually talk about what we did in the interim, huh?
Wait, hang on, because I got some stuff too.
Yeah.
Woo!
So
If I ever do that again, please kill me.
I will personally travel in an attack helicopter. I'll find someone who identifies that way,
Lawrence Southern.
and I'll personally. So here's what I got. I got the original Tenchi Muyo OVA collection.
Oh, I can see. I see what you did there.
So this is the DVD.
Is that
Blu-ray.
Ayeka on the background there?
Ayeka on the back, and then Tenchi and Ryoko on the front.
Was that the first of everything Tenchi?
Yeah, this is the original.
All right, that was like from '92.
Who put that out? Was that Pioneer originally?
It was originally Pioneer, yeah. So
Okay.
when they went away, Funimation.
When they went the way of Bandai, and you know,
well, Pioneer became Genion. Then
Genion.
Yeah, but
Then
then they
Genion went away.
disappeared.
And then I have Tenchi in Tokyo.
Yep.
So with that, I now own all of the Tenchi series that I give a fuck about.
Okay.
Yep. And you still have the
that's-
Haro.
It's the same Haro. I haven't switched out to a different apple. It's the same apple from like
You know,
month
it's gonna
ago.
start getting gross after a while when it starts getting brown and.
I just want that to be a meme. I just want that to become a meme. Like
Apple Haro.
Yeah.
Eventually, I'm gonna start hiding Haros in the background.
And then it's gonna be like a Where's Waldo of
But here's the
K-God's
thing,
trying to find
with
it.
Other fruit too. Other fruit, you get it.
Yeah,
Holy
orange
shit!
Haro,
Fucking
a
there's
Bosque pear Haro,
There's a mango or a mango in the back.
a Mongo.
Mango. I was thinking of that. I was thinking of that. Like I guess it's from Chan where they do that. M. Or
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
Okay, so
Mango.
I got those, and this is something I pre-ordered back in the day. Like as soon as I saw this was up for pre-order, I went buck wild and ordered 3 of them. This is the Little Armory TDI Vector SMG.
Yes.
Nah, that's for like
so I have
112.
the for Figmas. And then I got, with that, I had to get somewhere to store them, so I also got the gun rack prop.
Gun culture, no.
Because if I'm going into this Figma thing, I'm going into this Figma thing.
Conceal carry, no.
Japan's gun culture.
Yeah.
Japan's gun culture.
Japan's gun culture, just like, you know, higher education in the United States.
Yeah. Oh, I never seen oh my goddess, but I actually found a very, very old comment that Zach Birchie wrote about Bell
Oh
Dandy.
no.
Uh-oh.
What was it? Him complaining about her Bell Dandy being fat fodder?
That basically was like a male wish fulfillment, and
Well, no shit.
and
Yes.
a bygone from a 50s style housewife.
Sure.
Yes.
Yes, it is. Herp derp.
So
he
here's the
goes-
difference. We all know that, but he thinks it's bad.
Wait. The best part was before gender politics was swept under the rug. When
Jesus fucking dude.
I'll put it up later or something. I'll take a screen cap or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Should we stop playing golf too, since that was, during an era when racism was really big?
People are gonna freaking stop me from playing golf. I'm gonna have a significant problem with that.
We got to
For
ban
some reason, I got this hilarious image of you like in a personal flying unit holding a club. Like, I'm gonna get those bastards.
You heard of the Gulf War? It's gonna be the Gulf War.
They still need to make. I'm surprised they haven't made a golf anime, just simply for the a moe one.
Moe golf anime. Let's do
Because
this.
golf
right
is
now.
really popular in Japan.
I've seen characters like the type of cards I collect on my like girlfriend beta and other things. Like I've seen the character like play golf, but I never seen an actual moe.
We need the Moe golf anime. Where is it? We got Moe tennis.
Just
We got
wait until
Moe
they start-
basketball. We have Moe airsoft. We have more than one Moe airsoft anime. Where is the Moe golf anime? Come on, people.
on Twitter, Zeke says, I constantly fuck up and pronounce mango like that. My mom hates it.
Mongo.
Mongo, yeah, I did that.
Mango!
Actually, that's more annoying because that just screams edgy tryhard.
Manga Entertainment. This new what is it? What was it like? The high tech art form or something.
Yeah,
like that?
they just ran whatever bullshit
And
buzz.
the stuff was from the 80s. I'm like,
Yeah, let's forget the fact that officially it's now 100 years old.
well, also the fact that you know it tried to sell the stuff as being like high tech. No, it was actually pretty low tech. The way the stuff was animated. It just
Well,
was
not
done
only that,
very-
but it's all the things you're showing are fucking OVAs,
that too. OVAs
exactly.
and movies,
which have a higher budget than just your typical TV serial.
and it's all like the cyberpunk stuff or fighting samurai stuff.
Or just like explosions here. Like, put it this way. These same people now complain about Michael Bay movies, despite the fact that that's how they were kind of trying to market them.
Oh yeah.
You know, explosions here and there for no reason. The bigger, the better. Yeah.
Let's talk about stuff we've been watching.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. A little bit here, a little bit there.
I know
have
we
you
roll with
started
that
the new
first.
season? Have you started the new season?
Me? No, there's been some issues with that for reasons.
Actually, I can't point to where you can get that.
No, not that. Not those reasons. We'll talk about them in the main segment.
Okay, because I got your back for that.
Okay, but I'll go ahead since I probably have the least amount to say.
Yeah.
I actually have decided to rewatch Standalone Complex just because. Why not?
I've actually been meaning to do that for a while. Like, I've been meaning to just.
I don't know
go-
why. I just had that feeling. I need to watch this again.
Yeah, I've been needing to get into Ghost in the Shell because that seems like the kind of thing I'd be way.
Oh, you've
way
never
into.
seen it yet?
I've never seen either of the movies. The only thing I've seen Ghost in the Shell is Standalone Complex.
It's like, and yes, I'll come out and say yes. I was eye humping the major.
Listen, if we ever had if we could ever get the original cut of the manga over here, that we'd know that's completely fine.
We do have the original cut. Kandasha put it out.
Well, yeah, if we could get it out like now in a
It
modern
is-
form.
It is out. It is out. The original manga.
Is it still in print?
Probably. I'll look it up. What do you mean? It's
He's asking if it's still you can still get it without dubious means,
Yeah.
I'll check right
Can
now.
I go to the bookstore and get
or
it?
going to the flea market.
It has to be. It's too popular not to.
Let's not go that
Okay,
route.
Here's the thing, VZ. 'Cause
You could argue Macross. You could argue,
Yeah, but that's different.
Madoka
That has-
and
okay, here's the thing. Does it have the lesbian sex scene in it? Is the question I'm asking.
Let me see. Hold
'Cause,
on.
according to everything I've seen, they took that out.
Okay.
shouldn't the PC police actually be mad about that?
Okay. I see. Hold on.
The Major's one of those strong female characters, so we can't have her. We can't have her.
Okay,
being
it's
the
in
kind
stock.
of person who would desire sex. Okay,
It's in stock. It's in Kodasha. It doesn't
not-
say
not the
anything
question I'm
about.
asking because I have that comic. I'm asking you if we have this lesbian sex scene in it.
Let's,
Uh,
let's calm down.
When I
Age
say the
rating
original
6.
cut, when I say the original cut of the manga, that's what I mean.
Well, it says age rating 16 plus, so I don't.
According to everything I've seen. According to
Easy.
everything,
Everybody needs to calm down.
I'm calm. I'm just saying. According to everything I've read, they took that out.
I know lesbianism gets everybody hot and bothered. For
You know,
one
I found
reason
out
or
that the
another.
real name that the real name. See, Ghost in the Shell was just the sub name. The real name was Riot Tank Police or something.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm actually glad they changed that, just so it's not confused with
Just so we
Dominion
don't
Tank Police reference.
Masamune Shiro is just insane.
Oh yeah,
I think we can
love
all
the fact.
100% agree on that.
I love the fact. I love
Fine.
the fact that after he, created all this, and then he just kind of disappeared into the shadows and is now doing porn.
Porn.
Wait.
Straight up
Drawing
porn.
Girl posted the link.
Yeah.
for the
So this is the one I have.
Yes.
Yeah, this is the paperback version that I have, and
Not happy about it.
Oh,
well,
okay.
I haven't gotten all the way through it. I'm just saying.
The reviews say it's censored.
Okay, so the answer to my question is no. We don't have the original cut of the manga here.
Yeah. Okay. So let's get back because we're going to be focusing
Yeah,
on
so
the
make sure
major
you
here
make-
for a little too long.
Successful.
Okay. Moving back. About halfway through the first season of it. First off, I just finished that episode. Didn't just finish it, but one of the last episodes I remember watching was that really horrific episode with the serial killer. I think you know what I'm talking about.
That one I don't remember. I remember the episode where it's the flashback to when the Major and Bato were in the army, and that's where they met Saito because he's the sniper.
Right. No, not that.
But
Okay.
I remember that. That's the one. That's the episode I remember most vividly from SAC.
Okay. I'm not trying to spoil it for people. That's as far as I'm going to go with it.
I remember seeing a little bit when it was on TV. I don't remember any like particular episode plots.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. I actually don't own it. I need to pick it up.
I kind of like the movie a little bit. It's
The show's better than the movie in my opinion.
well, probably because it had more. It was a series.
Well, it also was more Shiro and less Oshi.
Yeah. Oh well, that's the thing about Oshi is he inserts himself in everything that he ever.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. His is more. Yeah. Anyway, moving along.
Which is
I
why I don't own Pat Labor too, even though everyone loves that version of Pat Labor.
You
I
know,
like the first movie more.
I own both. I haven't watched. How long ago did I get these? Because I know I showed these on NTR Radio when I got.
Well,
them.
yeah. Well, you have
This
the
is from-
Oniyami's release. I have the Sentai.
Yeah, because these
Actually,
are from
made-
Kineticon
Yeah.
several years ago.
Okay. Moving along with more stuff, or we're never gonna get going here.
Yeah.
Okay. Also watching at behest of the girlfriend, Wolf's Rain. I honestly didn't expect I was gonna like it very much.
Oh no.
You
You know who likes that show?
I don't like. I give a fuck who likes the show.
Okay. Is it pretentious?
I would say it's more just kind of I could see where some people would come at it like that, but
Is it like farting in a wine glass and then
and then inhaling it.
yeah,
No,
that level of smug?
no, not really. It's Studio Bones, so you kind of know what you're going into. It's Studio Bones, and it looks and feels like something they do. But no, I'm enjoying it so far. It's one of those ones that has somewhat of a mysterious angle to it. And it's hard for me to kind of explain. I mean, again, I can't go into too much detail. I'm about, I don't know, 9 episodes in or something like that.
How long was it? Is it?
Standard 26.
Oh, it's 26.
And it has like I think 4 OVAs or something like that.
All right.
Specials or
that's
something.
what
I
can
don't know.
get into.
Um,
And I feel like I feel like I just have one. I think I just have a trouble getting into Bones shows.
Same.
there's like
same.
Two, one definitely, 2 maybe that I.
Know
I've
what
gotten into.
Bones show I kind of liked, and only because I reviewed it for Otaku CDX when I still did a review, was Soul Eater Not. The side story to Soul Eater, where it's just a moe girl characters.
Yeah,
Right.
I got no reason to even watch that.
I tried-
The one I enjoyed was Oran High School Host Club.
Oh, Aaron,
It's like,
I tried with several shows and I couldn't get it to. I tried with Hero Man. I tried that one with the robot that I can't.
that one with the robot. Holy shit! Could you be any more obtuse?
Yeah. Oh, shit! It's that one that looks kind of Nagano-ish, but it's not.
Razafon?
No, not Razafon. Much
Okay.
later.
Okay. Well,
Alright,
in
so
any
I
way,
have-
while you're thinking of that,
Star Driver.
That's it. That's it.
Okay, Star Driver is one I want to check out. It like a lot of perfectly good shows too. Like FMA wasn't into it, perfectly good show. Eureka 7 wasn't into it, perfectly good show.
That's
Wolfsbane,
another one. I
Not
couldn't
into
get
it, perfectly good show. All like they make quality anime. They just
it just
somehow
doesn't appeal to your taste.
yeah, like
Same.
they never are able to hit exactly what I'm looking for.
Right. It's like one of those things you recognize competency, but it's not your flavor of the coffee.
Scorpiogeist in the IRC, yes, Gosick. Actually watched a couple episodes of that. That's the maybe. Because I haven't seen a
Okay.
whole lot of it, but that's the
So-
maybe.
Here's some more stuff. Sparsely just playing some video games. Nothing, too specific. Let's see here. They've been showing fucking Star Wars nonstop the last couple days,
Yes.
which I've seen bits and parts of it, just kind of, when I'm not doing anything else. Beyond that, we got, what's it called? I was basically just kind of, I watched a couple movies. God, I can't think of what the hell they're called now.
They're called movies.
Yeah, they're called Plunk. That's a pipe clogger. Rub it in, why don't you?
Oh, I will.
Uh,
All right. Someone take from here. I'm gonna be mumbling like an idiot.
you
I'll
want to
go.
go next to Newest? Yeah, you go, and then I'll
Yeah,
go last.
so I'm caught up with Aramanga Sensei.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really
Is there any
enjoying it.
more good butt shots?
Actually,
20.
yes, in the beginning.
Yeah.
Sagiri's butt in the pajamas. And the first
So-
thing I do is slap the screen.
Don't ruin
Yeah,
your
and-
monitor now.
I just got this visual of him doing that in a big crack coming on his screen,
Yeah, exactly. Got a whole bunch
and
of
not
pixels.
the one from her butt.
Yeah. How are you enjoying that?
Really enjoying it. Like really, it's tough. It's tough it's between that and the second season of Saikano for anime of the season.
I'm finding it.
I really
Because
got to get on
both-
board.
both those are-
I'm finding it
Listen,
watchable. It's not. It's like less for the characters and more for just like the fans. The like the fan service shots that they've been
The
putting.
syrup?
In.
I
Yeah.
don't know, man. I'm getting into it.
I
Like,
do
this
like
is-
some of the
this is a
characters. I do.
damn
No,
good
I do
show.
like some of the characters.
But
I like-
but don't you know, girls that age love dicks.
Oh, of course.
yes, she's actually my favorite.
As noted by the phallic symbols in the dresser.
She's my favorite character in the show.
So it's that, and I'm also caught up with Saikano season 2, which is quite honestly starting to piss me off because Homeboy won't go for the best girl. Will not.
I'm telling you, you gotta watch.
Yeah, you were angry watching Shuffle, weren't you?
Oh, I never finished Shuffle. I actually never finished Shuffle.
Oh,
That's how bad that hit me.
Wait until you watch Orishura. Anubis is gonna just flip the table.
My question is, if you do flip the table, we're gonna need video.
Well, it's like, just listen. And she quite honestly wants it. Listen,
Oh
So it's
my,
like,
that
what
sounds
is-
rather suggestive there.
she does. She
Put
like,
dick
falls
in
asleep on
me.
his bed
She's got.
with-
She have one
like-
of those.
with like a shirt, nothing underneath, just open, laying out on his bed. It's like, dude, do you need a radio broadcast? What's going on?
Does she have one of those airplane things like this? The airplane lights.
Airplane. Got one of those dudes
Over
with the light,
here,
with
over
the light
here.
posts, marshaling.
Put it
No,
here.
it's frustrating because
Yeah.
obviously the best character, like it's a low level version of the same feeling I had near the end of Shuffle,
Then
where it's like really frustrating seeing this dude, the obvious best girl,
Then a plane with a giant banner flies by. She wants your dick, you idiot.
So no. It's a crop duster.
Yeah.
It's like, so it's low
One of
level
those-
flying.
It's like one of those C-130s that drops pamphlets.
Yeah,
And all
like
the,
at the end of,
all the
like,
pamphlets
World War
say,
II
all
and
the
stuff.
pamphlets just say, "Listen, dude."
Like, yeah, like if you don't get it after this, that's pretty bad. Or how about like somebody's using drone technology, like
Yeah,
with a
just like,
giant, like two of them with a banner,
with a banner, just fly in. It's
like
it's
wherever they're at, like they're in a building, they're coming by, like.
It's so frustrating. Like it's so frustrating because like I really like Utaka Kasumigaoka. She's amazing.
Let's be honest.
But dude,
The
won't
reality
go
is
for
men
her.
can be pretty dense.
She's the listen. There's dense, and then there's like
Black hole.
straight up ignoring her.
Wasn't that like the main guy?
Because like the main dude,
Haganai? That was like the main guy in Haganai.
kinda,
Not
but there
quite,
was sort of there wasn't really that sort of like
The
heavy
girls liked him
romance
in
going on.
Haganai, but
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
They
but he
liked
was,
him, but they
he
weren't
was,
like.
I gotta go.
I don't
It's
know.
not
Maybe,
it's not
maybe
even
he was
that.
into dudes. Who knows?
Not even that. These people are in close proximity for for extended periods of time. She is signaling hard, and
And look, holy shit!
she's signaling hard. Listen, I've been into you for years. What are we gonna do, homeboy? And he's just not going for it. And I'm angry at the main character now because he's just being a dick at this point.
Is he non-binary?
Which girl is this? That's
That I'm so worked up over.
Is that the older one?
This is the
aunt-
older one with the dark hair and the pantyhose. I will post the
Pantyhose?
link.
I am interested.
Listen to me, all right? I will post the link to this in the IRC, and when you see what this girl looks like, you will immediately 100% understand my situation.
Okay.
Piss me off with this.
All right.
All right. Let's not make this a mad
This is
episode
going-
based upon a
He's
fictional
going
character.
into some freaking shuffle shit right now. It's like going, oh, this dude's out here trying to, you know what?
Hey, there's a I haven't watched it yet, but I did download it. But there's a hentai out that just came out, done by the guy that did the character design for like Ladies versus Butler, and
Okay, I'm interested.
I am intrigued. Go on.
it's called actually Senkaku posts like images from it. So
Okay, forget that. What's the name? Can't find it. I don't know the name.
I think Boku
Come on, baby. What's the name?
Sensei.
Boku no Pico?
Yeah.
Wait. I will find the name. Boku to something Sensei. Oh,
It's kind of hilarious because Akio Takami is actually a Shota artist.
okay. This is it. Boku to Misake Sensei. That's it.
Okay. So.
Roger that.
Yes, there is a Shota in it.
Okay,
Okay,
Anubis.
go on.
I can just see Anubis making that Strike Witches grin right now, like he's holding his helmet, like, and he's squeezing it tighter as you're telling him more details.
And a very like the way he does his character design, the female character designs.
Oh yeah,
One of those.
Yeah.
like really thick.
Okay, so
thighs
we're
and-
getting like that. We're getting that fusion of the Akio Takami Shota style and the Akio Takami thick style.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll take a look at that real quick.
Okay. Oh, that's this one. Okay, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah. It just came out.
I think I actually have it. I might. I don't know.
Okay, let's continue.
Yeah. How about I talk about what I'm
Moving
watching?
along.
Yeah.
Okay. Besides, Arrow Manga Sensei. I'm also watching Hinako Note, which I actually really like that show. Last episode, that show actually has really good fan service. Like just the way.
I need to catch up on that.
Yeah. It's actually pretty strong, like with the ecchi, like. But it's also kind of cutish. So I don't know if some people find that a juxtaposition, but I actually liked it like that. Main girl's the characters are kind of funny. Main girl's funny. What else do I like? What else am I watching? Frame Up Girls.
Oh, I need to catch up on that.
I was actually
forgot all about
surprised.
it.
I'm surprised you weren't mentioning that.
I knew I was forgetting some shows, but I completely crossed skipped my mind.
Yeah, it's good. It's not my favorite show of the season. It's actually the weakest show of the season I'm watching, but I'm still watching it. What's the other one?
Oh, a little bit of news. Thunderbolt's coming.
Oh, I know.
Oh, that's the
They're-
other thing I watched.
Yeah. Oh, I saw the new one too.
Episode 6 of Thunderbolt's out now.
I keep forgetting about it. Damn it.
Dude, listen, they're still not playing around. People are still getting really killed.
Those are pretty good.
Like, okay, so without overtly spoiling anything, we're doing some like underwater episode,
Okay,
and
that's
people
cool.
are getting
Is it
people are
is it
getting
like
really killed in ways you can only get really killed underwater.
is it like that scene from Gundam Wing where Zex goes medieval on those two recruit douchebags?
I don't remember what you're talking about.
Aw.
I like the Atlas Gundam actually.
The the Atlas Gundam is like kind of halfway for me. The design
Sure
is
ain't no Methus.
kind of well, we're far away from the Methus at this point, but like it's kind of cool. But I just like grunt suits more.
I know.
I'm
I think
basically
that's-
always gonna like the grunt suits more than any given Gundam.
I think that's the case with me too, but I also really like those like special ones that only certain people can fly.
Like the upgraded grunt suits.
Or just like, you know, a
like the
customs.
EVA in MS Team. Yeah, exactly.
Or just like the special. We didn't get to make a lot of them because resources like the
Comfer.
comfort or stuff like that. It's one of those things where it's too cool, and I guess the rarity of it makes it even more kind of cool in a
Yeah.
sort of a like
'Cause it's
collector
like this-
mentality almost.
We only have we only have a few of these. We need to
Uh,
give this to our best pilot. So you always see like the ace pilot suits because they only got a couple of them. We have to put this to as much like because you have like Norris Packard's custom goof.
Which rules, by the way.
Okay, I got.
Hey, we got this big shield. Let's just strap a Gatling gun to it. Sure, why not?
Or going back to the Comfer, it's like, okay, we got this special ops squad that you know are doing these weren't they called Operation Rubicon?
Operation Rubicon.
Yep. And it's like we need this thing to just pretty much rape anything in sight.
When you absolutely positively need to kill every motherfucker in the colony.
It's
Comfer.
it's a one man base destroyer.
It's like they when they were
Base
designing it, they
fortress or
said,
something.
"Hey, okay, so we got this shotgun. What else do we have in the hangar hanging out? Well, we got these two Panzerfaust. Strap them to the legs. We got these two giant bazookas. There's probably room on the back somewhere for them. Hey, we have another shotgun. We'll add a hook to the small thing's back and just hook the shotgun on there. Yeah, let's just put as many weapons as we possibly can on this.
Let's just admit Xeon pretty much cornered the market on these ideas. Like of these like specialized kind of miracle weapon type things, which is of course an illusion to
Ultimately has got
actually
the downfall.
See, what I like about the Atlas is that the things that on the back can become like these giant shoes, these giant like roller skates almost. Well, look at the model for that.
That I think is I think that part of it is kind of silly.
It's silly. It's silly. Yeah, it's ridiculous. But
It's what made sense with the first Thunderbolt was like, okay, we got these mobile suits with these sub arms on the backpack. So because we're in the place with space debris everywhere, so we need to be able to protect our suits from flying debris while they're flying out there. So it's like that made sense. The booster skis, that's kind of getting into silly territory for me. It's cool. It allows the mobile suit to do cool things. But my thing is, okay, now you've got these giant skis with thrusters on them on the sub arms.
Okay.
What I do like, however, is the main weapon of the Atlas Gundam, that rail gun.
Oh yeah.
Give me more magnetic acceleration weapons in Mobile Suit Gundam, please.
Well, the thing is obviously this is also an allusion to World War II, but the miracle weapons thing.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like, because
Germany tried a trillion of
Nazi
those, none of them
Germany,
worked.
and some of them were actually successful. I mean,
Well, some of them worked, but none of them won them the war.
well, no, it's like, but the thing is, it's one of those things. If they would have made them sooner, it was one of those little too late. Like the V2.
Yeah, exactly.
That would have really fucked shit up if they had it.
Well, it's like if Xeon had given like the Obsolus project to someone who was sane, then maybe they would have, perhaps they would have gotten to Jaburo and destroyed it.
Right.
But
which
they gave it to
the point.
space
But
aids.
he's unstable to say the least.
Yeah.
Which well, how about from Stardust Memory? I really love the Neue Ziel.
Yeah.
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 For those who don't know, that's German for new goal.
So we have this giant mobile armor, and what it does is it has a whole bunch of missiles. But you know what? That's not even its primary armament. Its primary armament is it just flies up to ships and shoots its arm out into the bridge, and then retracts its arm. Done. Sorry.
Yeah, basically. That being said, this in the hands of someone like Anna Velgato is fucking dangerous as hell.
But let's give our top ace the best possible mobile suit we have, because we only have one of them.
Yeah, this is a one and done. I mean, there's not an army of these things.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm also watching Tsukiga Kirei. That's the one from Studio Phil. I'm actually.
Did they get naked yet?
Okay, this is
It's
how
a
far.
Studio Field show. I gotta ask the question.
Wait. This is how far they went. They held hands
Scandalous.
Jesus.
in the 5th episode.
Mosaics much?
It's so
Sex is
lewd.
bad. Stop talking about it.
They held hands. Holy shit! Mosaic that shit.
Studio Field's getting real nasty now. We thought Kiss Exist was bad. No, they were only beginning. You thought Yusuga no Sora was bad, where the dude was boning his sister?
This says hand holding. What's next?
Holding
Head
hands.
pats?
Don't even make me think about that, K-Gods. It's disgusting. It's degeneracy. Harumph.
We'll probably end with a. If they do a kiss, it'll probably be only on the cheek.
What is this malarkey?
The other thing,
Foolery.
and the last anime I'm watching this season is Idolmaster Cinderella Girls Theater. That's my favorite show of the season.
Which I'm sure my friend Lane is like losing their shit over.
I don't care. I love that. It's what I want.
We should point out that since I'm going to Anime Expo, I'm not going to the concert. Even if I wanted to, I can't do it because I didn't.
Oh yeah. Ansu's gonna be there.
Yeah.
Ansu.
Yeah, exactly. For fans of Love Live and Idolmaster, this is definitely an event you probably want to go to.
Ansu.
Outstanding.
Yeah, so, and I've got, the best thing is I've got two friends. One of them is Team Idolmaster. One of them is Team Love Live. And they fight with each other all the time, by the way. It's like, I've seen it.
Why is it a team thing?
Like, look,
Can't we
you
all
know what I
just,
mean,
like-
though?
I don't get it.
But you know what I'm talking about, right? Like you get these people that are just, and the thing is they fight about it. It's so ridiculous. Like,
what
it
is
reminds-
there to fight about?
It reminds me of
Idol
like
anime.
it reminds me of when I was a little kid and Sega and Super Nintendo. It really does, because there'd be food fights in the lunchroom and shit.
Well, you know what? With that was spurred on by marketing. So there's to do that, but like they're like Idolmaster and Love Live aren't even fighting. Like I don't see like the Idolmaster like people who make it like throwing shade at the Love Live people who made that. I was like, nothing's happening between the two of them, but somehow people are still fighting over them. It's weird.
It reminds me. It reminds me of you've got these really close related sects of like Christianity that are fighting with each other, and there's like one minuscule difference between the two, and like you get these like really spirited yelling fests. It's interesting to be someone that's in the background that's just kind of sitting there like wallpaper, and you're just looking at them like you guys are both fucking idiots.
It's like what are you doing?
I say that with love.
It's like I say that with astonishment at why people are still like what are you doing? Like what are you doing fighting about idol anime? Like what's going on?
That
what are you doing?
Wake up, girls.
So
everyone,
like
get him.
So that's what we need to happen. One person needs to step up and say, you know what? You can have your idol masters and your love lives. I like wake up girls, and then both sides jump him.
Everyone, get him.
Get like people. Like a van drives by and like shoots him with a bow and arrow. Like the door opens and someone gets a crossbow and shoots him.
Yeah. The East Side Javelins have been notified.
East Side Javelins
have been notified to gather their pole arms. Like where would their base be? Would it be like an armory? Like an old medieval armory?
Yeah, it has to be like some kind of old blacksmithing shop in the hood too. Like it's like built up urban, and then there's this one little blacksmithing, like actual blacksmith, like they make horseshoes there, and they also make like pikes in the hood.
Like I love the idea of somebody
like the
on one of those old school. Like somebody's got one of those.
LA. There's just
like
a blacksmithing shop.
There's like they ride one of those old school like paper delivery bikes where they got like the basket with the papers in them, but they've got shurikens in them.
Like it's been there since the 1400s. Like in East LA, the city built up around it. It's never changed, and they still make pikes.
They got arrowheads in the side.
And somehow they don't like have a surplus of pikes. So someone keeps buying all the pikes. East Side Javelins.
Some people have no idea what the fuck we're talking about.
Okay, so
all right, continuing on.
We'll reset on this during the break, but go on, VZ.
And well, that's it for anime. But as far as I'm continuing with my Sentai watching, and I am up to Jetman, which is the one that everyone that watches Super Sentai says, "Oh, it's the best Sentai, one of the best Sentai shows ever made." Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna watch this one, and it's okay. I could see what some of they said. It's not my favorite. It started off really like slow, like as far as like made me like, what really, this is what people are. But it does improve. It does have the best Black Ranger though. I think I could see why people like him, because he's the type of guy that like, and his name is Guy, by the way, Gai. He's the type that like smokes and drinks.
Well, at least it's not Guy Guy.
Yeah. But yeah. So I have a couple episodes left. I'm almost done with that. I don't know which one I'm gonna watch with next.
Time to get out the dartboard.
Yeah, that's the way I feel like. I got so many on there.
Roll some dice or something.
Roll 1d20.
Yeah. I actually also watched the six episodes of that was what was subbed for the Blu-ray of the original one, Go Ranger. I watched all that yesterday. It's all right for it's mostly for like to say I watched it so I could say I've watched it to see like where the genre started.
The thing is with the Super Sentai stuff is that's something I don't think I could watch a lot of at once.
Yeah, well, yeah, it is an acquired taste. I would recommend just watch like the movies. That's
just saying.
Yeah, I would recommend like some of the movies. If you really are interested, I'll either like upload for you or I'll give you torrents for the some of the movie.
I have the same kind of approach almost to Mazinger Z though, because it's hard to watch a lot of it at once since you weren't really supposed to.
Yeah.
So, but if the movies are great because they're just kind of one shot, you know.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I'll send you if you want me to. Do you want me to send you some of the movies?
We'll talk about that a little later.
Okay. Well,
make it sound like it's some kind of skeezy like backdoor.
Okay.
Drug deal.
Yeah. And with talk of drug deals, we're gonna take a break.
Yes, indeed. Keep it right here. You're listening to NTR Radio.
Okay.
Hit that button and hit that button. That's the wrong button.
I was imagining all of a sudden a bunch of drop-ins start playing like, crap.
But I hit the button for podcasts instead of music.
Oops.
So if I had any podcasts on this thing, we would have heard other podcasts on this podcast.
Interesting. Maybe we should explain the East Side Javelins thing for people that have no idea what we're talking about.
Yeah, let me pick one of these music tracks, and
I don't even remember how that started.
The East Side Javelins. So there are a couple angles to this. Give me a second. Yeah, I don't want any of those. There you are. Is that one? Oh yeah, let's go with that one. There we go. Okay, so it's the whole thing with the East Side Javelins. So this was with Villainous Hanacha.
Oh yeah, that is where that started.
Yeah, so and I don't know how we got on this, but it started with what happens if people what happens, like, wouldn't it be the weirdest possible thing if someone did a drive-by with like a bow and arrow or a crossbow?
Yeah, because we were talking about having handicapped vans and shit.
Yeah, it's like you rolled up with the on the thing, and they open up the door and someone shoots you with a crossbow, and then they close the door and drive off. And that went into this whole thing about gang warfare being like Greeks now.
Yeah,
they're like in the phalanx position.
And shit. Somebody's screaming like Sparta while they're going by.
The Bloods and the Crips are now in this shield wall now and clashing in the middle of the street, and so that became the East Side Javelins.
Yeah, we were, because then we were talking. Didn't it start off when we were talking about the shurikens thing?
That was the other angle to it, because I maintain this: the Wu-Tang Clan's next album should be called "Niggas with Shurikens."
Yeah, with WIF.
WIF, niggas with shurikens.
Totally sounds like something they do.
Doesn't it?
Yes, it does. And, like, they're all dressed up in the garb too on the cover.
Yeah,
down like by the railroad tracks.
Like ninjas.
They got like the bandanas and the yeah. Because we were joking, talking about like how completely not ineffective, but inconvenient having pole arms would be in that kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
So then we started making jokes about maces and just all kinds of ridiculous stuff.
All weapons of antiquity, pikes, maces,
lobbing tomahawks and shit. I just tomahawked that motherfucker.
You've just been tomahawked.
Yeah, apostrophe D. Yes, Native American ninjutsu. Summon spirit animals to ride and shit. I'll make you good. The sad thing is I know exactly what he's talking about. It's that scene where they're on top of the hill with the weather equipment, and he's gonna. I think that's what he's talking about. Did you just come in, VZ?
Yeah.
So I bet you know what I'm talking about too.
What? Something about.
When Homer is obviously The Simpsons, when he has that thing on, he's up on the big hilltop and he wants to bash in the weather equipment.
Yes!
I'll bash you good.
Yeah.
Isn't that where that's from when he says that?
Yes.
It just ain't the same without Marge.
Yeah.
But keep in mind, he first did that when he was a teenager, and now he's middle aged, and he's gonna do it again. It's just like
weather thing. Yeah.
Oh, it's just not the same.
Yes. The other day I was afraid. I forgot if it was yesterday or the day before. I was afraid of another flooding because it was raining pretty hard.
Speaking of that, where I live, it isn't hitting me, but like the amusement park across the river is completely like. There's roller coasters and rides that are fucking partially underwater.
Wow. Holy shit! I did get a message on my phone, like a flood, like a warning message. I don't know if you have that on your phone.
Yeah, and you also get things like basically just basic thunderstorm and like inclement weather things.
Mm.
You also get like Amber Alerts and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, well, I took off the Amber Alert thing. It's like I don't need to get that on my phone.
The worst thing about that is it doesn't stop unless you acknowledge it's doing it.
Mm.
And like you'll be sitting there in the middle of the night and you'll be trying to sleep and you'll hear just and then your thing will just keep doing that until you go and like go, okay, I noticed it.
That one I took off, but the flood one, the weather one, I
don't actually know how to take it off of my phone.
There is a way. I think you gotta go into preferences or something.
I'll take a look at it. Mostly just because it doesn't stop after it notifies you.
Yeah.
And that would be like if there was a giant tornado warning siren that just kept going even after the threat had passed. Where it'd just be irritating.
Yeah. So I recommend at least some of the Sentai movies because you'll get like the best aspects in the shortest amount of time within like an hour.
This is going to be an interesting main segment, I have a feeling.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I over the weekend, I've been kind of working up some, and other people have been like, there's been some fast developments as far as like.
Developments update.
Yeah, as far as like, I know exactly like.
No, I was referring to like the unsolved mysteries. You know, like
unsolved mystery.
Yeah, but after they'll show it and then they'll be like update. Like somebody that's missing, or it's like it turns out he just moved to another state and is working at a car wash. He just didn't tell anybody because he didn't want people pestering him, and he's trying not to have them garnish his wages. Wah. Removing it is an ancient Chinese secret. Considering they probably built that phone, yeah, maybe. It's either them or the Vietnamese.
Yeah, I'm gonna get Anubis to watch Ari Shura someday. He's gonna like watch it. He's just gonna be so.
I'll watch Ari Shura. I'm just saying.
He's gonna be so mad.
I can just see him. First off, I need to install this punching bag. Just in case.
All right. Ready on second segment.
Yes.
I am.
In 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to NTR Radio.
Hey.
So
yo ho ho.
Yar. So between last episode and this episode, there have been some pretty
Interesting developments.
interesting is a good word for it. Pretty interesting developments with
May you
regard
live in
to
interesting times.
a very prolific anime torrent site called Nya Torrents.
Yep. And I know the reason why it went.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to that. And as a matter of fact, I have a link to an article that we can start out with.
Mm.
That's going out in the IRC right now. This is from May 3rd, 2017. This is from the Answer Man on ANN.
Of all places.
Speaking exactly to this issue. Brooks asks, why is the anime industry suddenly going after the big name anime BitTorrent sites after they've been up for years now? And what kind of impact do you think this sudden decision is going to have on the anime industry and the anime fandom? Justin Savakis responds, for those unaware, the main anime torrent site that feeds anime downloaders of the world, Nya, shut down unexpectedly in the last 36 hours. Nya is basically the last big anime-specific torrent tracker on the internet that specialized in new titles after most of the major sites shut down over the years for various reasons. Nearly all of the anime torrent sites have actually relied on Nya for all their torrent functionality. The site shut down affected a huge number, perhaps a majority of anime files shared via torrent. Moving down to four paragraphs in. As for why, no public comment from any possible owner has been made, and so we can only rely on rumors. New laws pending in the EU and other places would severely stiffen penalties for owning such a site and chip away at safe harbor protections, i.e. the legal argument that the owner doesn't control the content that users post and can't be held responsible for it. And a prominent rumor suspects that the owner may have gotten spooked enough to shut down operations. That's pretty much all we have to go on. So if you give me a moment, I have some tweets to look through that have confirmation from this. But basically what happened is the EU is putting new regulations in place.
This is not a surprise. That happens every
Wait,
time there's like major elections and
not a surprise at all. The EU is putting regulations in place that would, like, if the owner of Nya got caught running Nya, they're fucked in the EU.
yeah. So basically, they're kind of trying to be preventative, I guess.
They're covering their ass basically.
I think the EU right now has bigger issues to worry about.
Oh yeah.
Well, here's my thing. It's like the EU is they're passing regulations and whatnot. Sure, fine, whatever. Do anything to make sure that this content is available legally? No. So they like to pass regulations, but they don't like to actually solve problems. So here's from Swaps4 on Twitter, who's Swaps4, he's basically big with JList, haruhi-chan.com. Yeah, update. We just got word from a reputable source that Nya confirmed that he's shutting down and Nya torrents for good. Yes, it was due to the EU ruling. That's the tweet from Horrible Subs, and it was Swaps4 that was that reputable source there. Continuing on, we've worked with Nya and hosted our ads on the website for a couple of years. He was one of our affiliates. He recently contacted us and told us that he's shutting down for good due to EU changes and them prosecuting some pirates. I've heard from various close friends of his that he's the scene for a while, and I fully understand why. I've known this for a while and am only now able to let everyone know. No, I can't forward questions to the owner or anyone else, anything else. End of an era, I guess.
So basically, confirmation.
It was shut down due to the new EU regulations, and evidently they have indeed prosecuted some pirates. So
Yeah. And none of them are from Somalia, by the way.
no, of course not. So and with on the heels of that, Baka BT, which is another major anime torrent
Oh
site,
yeah.
also made some changes. They shut down pretty close
No,
to Nia shutting down, but that was
They
because
went-
of
they went
that was
private.
maintenance.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
they went
that was
private.
maintenance, and
You know,
then
he was
they
trying
went,
to explain that.
that was maintenance, and then they went members only.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like that old thing, Demonoid.
I actually have an account there, but I forgot what the login is, so I can't.
I have one. A friend of mine gave me an invite a while ago, and I haven't really used it for anything but that one thing he gave me the invite for.
Yeah, I do
But
not. So.
But that's basically the situation. And so
Right. That being said, this isn't going to stop anything.
No.
no, it's not. There are already new sites that have popped up in the wake.
Yes.
In the wake of this.
What
entire
is
so-
called?
No, don't promote it here.
All right, I won't. Yeah, so
We gotta at least pretend to be impartial.
okay, but to suffice to say, you'll know where to look.
Yeah.
Yeah, so-
Anybody that's got a brain that knows how to operate one will be able to find it.
Okay.
So naturally, other sites have popped up in the wake of this, and what this goes into is like there's a pretty rich history of piracy in the anime fandom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Historically, it's embedded in the history of this fandom.
That's how some though.
like it or not, that is absolutely the reality.
That's how some of those companies started.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
ADV.
The best
Like
thing about that
Crunchyroll.
Oh, Crunchy.
is if you watch, I think it was from Devil Hunter Yoko, like the what do you call it? The commentary track.
Yeah, yeah.
They talk about how they ran it basically out of a closet,
Yeah, yeah.
like in their apartment or something like that.
Yeah, a
And-
lot of these,
Basically, the place now is a gentleman's club.
Yeah, like a lot of these places started as like real fly-by-night operations.
Oh yeah, because they were even saying how they were doing it is that they would play it. Somebody would say something in the thing, they'd stop or pause it, and then jot down what they said, and then translate it piece by piece like that.
Oh yeah,
I mean, it's kind of nuts when you think of it like that. I mean, this is just not even remotely practical.
Yeah.
Uh,
it's not practical, but they still did it because they were passionate about it.
but that's also why it took so long for things to get going,
Yeah,
and why things took so long to get put out here, even because I have to believe that other places did this too.
I also imagined that's also kind of like why things like OVAs and movies were done too, instead of like TV series.
Right.
Less work.
Less work, better reward for
For said work.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, no argument there.
but a lot of back in the tape trading days, it was like
Laserdisc.
whole lot of bootlegs.
Oh, for sure. A lot of people used to actually have like pen pals over there
Yep.
that would actually, what people would do, and this is not even a joke, is they would tape our sitcoms onto a blank, I don't know, Fujifilm thing or something, whatever. I can't think of any brands offhand anymore that they had for VHS.
Right.
Maxwell, there's one.
Yeah.
Well, yep.
Or I think that was one. Yeah, and anyway, it doesn't matter. That's a moot point. And what they do is they'd have an exchange. Is they'd send like, I don't know, Married with Children and shows like that over there, and they would send their shows like Revolutionary Girl Utena, probably not that, but other things over here.
Oh yeah.
And this kind of like people used to do when they trade music. They dub tapes for people and they'd ship them back and forth to each other. Usually do with wanted ad type things,
Right.
like they used to have like adverts in the back of magazines that were related or sort of related to something, like, hey, I'm looking for somebody to trade this, and this type thing. And people did it. They would send stuff way the fuck over there, and you'd get some crappy ass VHS tape that probably was like $1. Just like put on like the lowest speed, to get like 6 hours.
I could attest to when I used to buy Sentai and some anime tapes like Gao Gaigar in the late 90s.
But I think what the thing is, if you didn't live during the VHS era, you probably don't even know what I mean by that. Is tapes used to have settings. They were called LP, SP, and
I know what
SLP.
that is. Yeah,
I think weren't those it?
Yeah.
And the thing is you could put more space on the slower ones, but the quality was nerfed because of it.
Yeah. But also they used to do was you would have the guy on like kind of like the top of the chain that would have the laser disc to the show.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because laser disc was actually cheaper than tapes in Japan, and was the better quality.
Right, and sometimes you'd have what you would think of as like an intermediary who would move stuff. Kind of, they would get it and they would work to put like fan subs on there.
Like they like people organize like syndicates around the.
I know that sounds insane, but it's kind of true.
It's not a joke. Like if you look back at like Otaku no Video, they had that guy who was all up into the tape trading, and like that's how they did it.
This all sounds really like crazy and just kind of like out there, but it really is how it happened.
But it's this kind of like really weird fly-by-night stuff people did to get anime back in the day.
Like you would have like these, I don't know. Well, take Akon, which is generally considered, I think, the first big, might just be the first period anime convention in the US.
Think it was.
It's the longest continuous running anime convention in the US.
For sure. And that's in Texas. And I went there, so I can say I have. But it was started by college kids.
Yep.
And they basically were just all fans of that kind of stuff. And they were one of the recipients of this kind of thing. I have to believe that's also why ADV was based out of there.
Yeah. As far as I understand, that's the case. And this is just an observation I have. Is it something with anime fans in particular, and just doing this stuff in a real like fly by night, little disregard for the rules way? Because I mean, the way I ran my anime club was like we did a lot of stuff that was not particularly, perhaps not in the rules. Like we broke the rules.
Okay.
Straight up. But we did it in a way like because we did everything else right. So it's like,
well, look at it this way. I saw Ladies versus Butlers at one of my clubs one time, and you know how long it took for it to get here. So I think you can do the math on what happened there.
Oh well, of course. Yeah. So it's like, is it something with anime fans, like something with hardcore anime fans, where
I think it's because it's largely nerds.
They're also early adopters, so
it's nerds.
Technology.
It's early adopters of technology, and it's the stuff we're into is so niche that we're forced to kind of
make workarounds and
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's kind of like, I mean, it's not like Prohibition. I mean, to where you've got people like coming by and investigating in kind of you got VHS's kid.
Otaku speakeasy.
Yeah.
You got
knock, knock, knock. What's the password?
You got not the casing, just the tape in your like boot.
Yeah. Like the actual magnetic tape.
Yeah. That you have to spool yourself.
Yeah. You have to reconstruct the VHS when you get on site.
They start like, and then when they start to get caught, they start bringing over microfiche. They start putting it like in old cereal boxes and shit, like so they think it's a fucking like toy or something.
Like have a false heel in your shoe.
But here's a better one. They only have like part of it, so you have to get like the other guy to get the other parts of it.
And they're doing it like they used to do back in the day when they like made when they made music where they like spliced shit themselves. Like,
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, we're just gonna take this show and this show and this show and put it together.
and thus we have
Robotech.
Robotech.
Yeah.
That's how Robotech actually got
Or Voltron. Oh, that's great.
So in like today, today is super easy compared to back then.
It's like, okay, go to your favorite.
It's
Maybe
like IRC is like the fly by night thing.
It's like this. Go to your favorite. Let's see here. Browser, and go and use your favorite. Search client, and basically put in whatever title it is, torrent. You'll probably find it.
You'll probably find it.
Now, whether it'll be seeded or not, that's your problem. But
Yeah, exactly.
the point is you can probably find it.
But and
The otaku speakeasy.
Yeah, exactly.
I still like. You gotta like show colors, or you have to like have passwords
Yeah.
to get to certain levels of it. It's just like, yeah, we heard something about gangbang. It's like, oh yeah, that's a couple doors down. You're gonna need some passwords for that one.
What's the password?
Opie.
But yeah, so not only is it just easier to get this stuff in a fly by night way, it's a lot easier to get it nowadays in an official way as well.
Oh yeah. I mean, let's just be serious about this. Mid 90s, the idea of something like Hulu or Crunchyroll or any kind of like
Netflix.
streaming service like Anime Strike or any of that, it would just be a pipe dream.
Yeah.
None of that would even probably be. Well, think about it. Even things like YouTube didn't exist.
Yeah.
So even that was off.
Like
was
internet
off in the distance.
video in general was like
People
as
were still
huge.
using Real Player, for fuck's sake. Real Player, as in like, hey, I saw some crappy 80s hentai OVA for 30 seconds on QuickTime.
Yeah.
And it was blurry on that. and I'm speaking from experience.
the size of a postage stamp.
You're absolutely right. It was about the size of like a little memo, like the little sticky,
Yeah.
a sticky.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Post-it note.
exactly. And that really did happen. I always saw people putting up DBZ in really low quality with really bad subs to where it would it would be talking like they're members of like one of Dr. Dre's friends or something. To where it's like, oh come on, this isn't really what they fucking said. Come on, Vegeta does not use the word motherfucker every other sentence. You're not fooling anybody. I mean, it's entertaining, but
I
know
remember
it's not
hearing
the
about
case.
that, like trying to make the subs edgier.
Yeah, it was a real thing because you had all these try-hard people that tried to make it seem more adult than it was.
Yeah, it's like DVCs for us.
It's for like it's for people who think professional wrestling is real. Yeah. Grr, give me some steroids. Grr. Yeah. Sadly, there actually are people like that.
I would love to see like a clip of that just to see what type of subs they put in.
I would like it just to show you the quality of what we were actually dealing with. Like, you know how you would watch an old VHS tape and you'd see like artifacting and all kinds of, not even from the show, but
Yeah,
just like the actual quality of the tape would be so bad you'd have like these like ghosting and all this crap.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's technical jargon for those who don't know.
Yeah.
It's like where you're seeing shadows of things that you're not supposed to see and after images
exactly.
and like grain and stuff. Now some of this stuff is legit just because stuff's old. But a lot of this crap was purely bad, just bad quality materials with the actual tape.
Some of that stuff was like a copy.
Don't you just love the ones that had the bottom and tops that would be like jagged and kind of like roll and things like that? Like this, like people now are just like, what the fuck is he talking about? Like, what's I've never seen a VHS. What is he talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, and you had to rewind them, fast forward, and you also had this really terrible like these audio issues that would be infuriating, like all these pops and just stuff that you don't really deal with anymore.
See,
because it's been standardized to the point where that's unacceptable.
I got another one for you.
Right,
I got
exactly.
another one for you. All right. I don't know if you were ever into doing this, K-Gods, but both me and my brother were the type to like, we would like to draw stuff from the stuff that we were into.
Oh, sure.
So
I used to draw weapons, man.
Pause it. Try to maybe do on.
Yeah, like a cool like laser gun or something. Just be like,
well, something from the show that, you know,
yeah,
that you're watching. But, you know, of course, when you're pausing a VHS tape, you know, there's that like jitter.
Oh yeah.
It's not clear. And of course, the longer you have it on pause, it's not going to stay paused forever. It's going to stop.
Yeah, it eventually just either stops or starts again.
Yeah, and then you got to like play it again to pause it.
That and the eye-raping yellow subs from the chat.
Oh yeah.
Those never bothered me.
Nah,
really.
Nah, never.
I was always okay with that. The worst were the ones that were kind of like that doled out, like greenish.
Ew.
I hated those.
No,
like,
the worst ones are I've seen like translucent ones.
Yeah, I could see that being a problem.
I think some of CPMs were like that. I don't know.
Yeah, sometimes their subs could be kind of weird like that. I mean,
because CPM and manga or a whole bunch of different issues. The fact that they didn't really remaster their stuff when they put it on DVD.
No, you'll still see it's really grainy.
Yeah.
Like Slayers.
You know,
yeah,
like the original Venus Wars is just nothing but ghosting. I should get the Blu-ray for that, honestly.
I actually heard that's good, isn't it? I mean, I've heard
the new one. Yeah.
I've heard that it looks really nice.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a Blu-ray version out. So
right.
But
but if they didn't fix it, it's still gonna look like crap.
But I'm just saying the original, like from CPM, it's like just full of ghosting. And if you ever see, it's like it has the those mono bikes, so it's gonna be full of like just motion blur.
Right, and tearing and all that kind of crap. The old puke green. Thank you. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like some people did this. I think it wasn't like Media Blasters or somebody who did that. Like they would have these like really kind of like I wouldn't even say puke. It's almost like an olivish green. It's hard to explain, but and of course some people got really fun with the fan subs. You'd always get the people that like would pick just a stupid, annoying color, almost to just say "fuck you" for trying to read this.
No, remember when fan subs used to do the annoying karaoke thing?
Oh, where it would have the like, and sometimes they'd add like a little rabbit head or something bouncing along to it.
Yeah. Or it's like just going on. It's like, oh God, stop.
The worst was I don't know. Sometimes that was entertaining, but I think the most annoying one was when people got overzealous with the notes.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like every time it's like Shinobi, it'd cover half the screen. And even like the most innocuous kind of basic stuff, people know what it is.
Yeah, I think it would be like. They would write the word arigato instead of hello, and then a TL note arigato.
It was first developed in da 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 da, and it is used in this circumstance where dot dot dot. Levels of politeness. Yeah, exactly.
I know the joke one. The cow going moo, and then the translation note moo.
Kaikaku. It means plan.
Yeah. That's the one I remember.
That was a meme for a while.
Yeah.
But
yeah, so now what we're getting at is there's this entire somewhat of a debate. Realistically, most of it's being pushed by work in the industry or
people who have a vested interest.
People who have a vested interest that we don't need piracy anymore because Crunchyroll gets almost every anime. Like streaming services get almost every anime every season, which is true.
Drawing Girl says,
but at the same time,
Setsubo Sensei was the worst for translation notes. True, but for a
Lucky
show
Star
like
was bad too.
Which one?
Lucky Star,
Yeah.
because they
Oh,
tried to
Lucky
explain,
Star.
because they tried to explain things like sometimes.
Also, Panic Pony Dash.
Yeah, exactly. Anything where it was referential like that was real heavy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so
again,
we get
it's not that I don't appreciate that they were making that effort, but there's a certain level where you got to assume people watching
There's
this
a lot.
stuff aren't stupid.
So we get into this argument about whether or not piracy, as far as the anime community goes, is still necessary. And a big part of that people are forgetting is that not only was Nia real big with the new stuff, there was also a lot of old anime that was basically still accessible there, but not accessible anywhere else.
Yeah, so and unless like Discotheque or somebody picks it up, you're kind of just out in the ether.
And like a lot of these old shows that were licensed in the past and have still yet to be relicensed.
Oh, they're just
Like
they're just in limbo.
Evangelion's been hanging out in limbo for years.
Yeah, that's people like to say never, but like Disney recently said they're never going to put out the original Star Wars trilogy ever again.
Yeah, it's like.
But I honestly wouldn't put too much faith in that statement because, quite frankly, if they're as money hungry as I think they are, eventually they're going to at least see that there's a limited edition idea going that would really rake in the cash.
Oh yeah.
Including myself, by the way.
Mm.
Disney. I'll say I'm done.
So it creates a big a big problem that people aren't paying attention to. At least not when they're making this argument. That there's a very rich history to this medium, and it's important that people are able to access it. But when people aren't licensing stuff, and because another big thing is Crunchyroll doesn't have the rights to anime in every region. There's plenty of regions where they just can't get the majority of their catalog because they just don't have the rights to it.
Right. And
Or
again,
I got a better one. Sometimes they can't get the masters to some of the stuff, like a lot of those old OVAs, especially the one shots. That shit's gone.
Yeah. So like there's a lot of history that's lost when we get rid of piracy while we're on this thing about we don't need it anymore because
there's shit that
because Crunchyroll has it and whoever else has it. There's
shit that has never even been released in DVD in Japan. Like trying to think of one. I have one in my mind. I just forgot the name. Toshiyuki Hirano did that one.
We get the point.
Yeah.
But it's like
Cosmo Pink Shot.
Yeah.
Something like that. Where these one shots that would, and they came, they went, they were never on DVD even there. You'll never see that stuff, outside of a fan sub.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I mean, for the longest time, I thought we were going to be stuck with just low grade fan subs from some of the Gundam stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like specifically X, because that wasn't that originally put out in some kind of laser disc or something form?
I don't know.
Because every time I'd seen it from fan subs, it always was really bad Hong Kong quality.
Yeah, but you had to assume also Gundam's like such a big important thing in Japan that they have those masters well done.
Oh, I know that, but just put it this way: we recently just got a DVD of it.
Yeah.
I know I got it.
Yeah,
but
so a lot of this stuff we've been waiting a long time for, and there's still some stuff that we're still waiting on.
I mean, I got to give it to Nozomi for really picking up the slack with these Blu-rays and DVDs for it.
They're doing a great job. They don't have to
I mean, they're going too fast, quite frankly, because I can't afford this shit.
Honestly, I wouldn't be too. Don't be too surprised if Dunbine and Elgine, because those have been.
I'll be on that too.
Those have been on. Like I think they're on like Daisuke.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, if not, if Nozomi doesn't get them, I could see Discotheque getting it.
Yeah.
So and if they do, well, take my money.
So it's like a lot of the stuff is available, but not all of it, and that's the problem. Like that. That's the problem, because it's possible, like, and like people get dismissive about it too. It's like there's some real value in preserving, making sure people can even watch this old stuff.
Right. Which is
that
one thing I really like about Discotheque.
Yeah, that's out of print or never made it over here, or just doesn't have the demand over here for the big companies that bring anime over here to pay attention.
Right. Let's be honest. The same demographic that's interested in something like, say, Venus Wars is probably not exactly the same demographic that's a huge Haganai fan. I mean, there's of course cross-pollination, but let's be honest, there's that audience is a little different.
See me, I'm the weird outlier that likes.
Well, yeah, I'm the Renaissance guy with this crap. I mean, like, you know, I got my fingers in every pie, which sounds incredibly dirty, but that's not how I wanted that to come across.
Well, this is what I suggest for the future users of this stuff. And it's actually what I'm doing with some of the Sentai stuff. Download now, save it for later. If you want, you know, just download and put it on a hard drive if you don't want to watch it. Because I have I always had in the back of my mind that this stuff with like Nan was going to happen sooner or later.
Oh, yeah.
So basically, download what you can get.
But I'm also a believer in the fact that you can't put that genie back in the bottle.
Yeah.
Of course, that.
You're never going to get rid of the online presence of stuff like this ever.
Especially if all you're doing is shutting this stuff down without solving the core problem, which is a lot of people just can't get this stuff.
And again,
in a place like the EU, where Crunchyroll doesn't have every license in the EU,
and also the EU, where everything is becoming increasingly running afoul of offense standards.
Yeah, it's so you're just trying to cover up gopher holes, but you're not actually solving.
I got another one.
Did you know in the UK they recently just made it to where you can't show the female orgasm in porn anymore?
Oh
yeah.
Like first off, I'm surprised feminists aren't pissed off about that. Just on the basic. Holy crap, that's sexist as fuck.
Well, it's porn. Porn is disgusting, don't you know?
Sex is bad. Stop talking about it.
Yeah, but not all of them believe that.
Yeah, but enough of them do that. That's not going to matter.
I know, but the thing is they're not the ones who. I don't think they're the ones in particular who are the reasoning behind that. I think that's more. I think that's more just pure old crude shit.
There's no reasoning behind it. The reasoning behind it is
lawmakers
want to give lip service to their constituents.
And I also think that there's a certain level of just because we can. Like people just want to see how far they can stretch their power.
Also that.
I mean, because let's be honest, anybody that's has a lot of power like that, whether it be legislative or executive, they usually do try to push it in places. At least over time.
So, if you, especially when you're not solving the problem, you're just plugging up. You're attacking a symptom of the problem.
You're putting a Band-Aid. Putting a Band-Aid on something that's internal. That's not gonna.
Exactly.
That's not really gonna matter. It's just a surface showing of
Also, another thing.
Because like you're always gonna. Naturally, you're always going to get people who just don't want to pay for stuff, and then they'll go to torrents. But a lot of the reason that people turn to that in the first place is that you can't get the stuff in the first place.
Well, let's be fair. Some of it is just being impatient.
Oh, certainly. I'm not
even gonna say I'm not guilty of that.
No, absolutely. but here's the thing: there's a lot of impatience. There's a lot of impatience. A lot of I just don't want to pay for the stuff. But we always discount the people who do that either as some kind of try before you buy thing. Or
yeah, I do that these
sorta-
days. I don't blind buy shit anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Or as trying to get stuff that you can't get anymore. And like realistically, maybe you can find some old DVDs of Virgin Fleet or whatever. But at that point, like no money's making it back to the people who made it. So if your ethos is I want to contribute to the people making this thing, you don't really have any reason to buy it physically unless you just want to own it.
Right, because that's
So,
basically the same idea if you're buying stuff from the used record store.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean that
It's
money is
already
largely
been-
going in the pocket of the owner of the record store.
Bingo.
It's not going back up the chain.
It's been sold. It's been resold maybe countless times. Ended up in that store. Bought it. It's already the money's already exchanged
From it
hands.
is already in the it's in the system.
Yeah,
It's got
you're just
cocaine
giving
on
money. You're just giving money to the establishment, which
It's
is
got
fine
cocaine
if you want to own it. But if your thing is I want to contribute back to the people
Right.
who are making this
If
stuff,
you're
not gonna
trying to make the money shift that way, quite frankly, you're better off probably buying merchandise,
yeah, exactly. But
which is the kind of the sad reality.
realistically, but my point is, as far as that paradigm goes, you're literally doing just as big a service, which is to say zero, by buying it used as you are by torrenting it. So when you look at the old stuff that's out of print or that never made it over here in the first place, you have two options. Import it if it's the sort of thing that never made it over here and can still be imported in a way that will get that money back to the creator, or buy it used, which, as we said again, zero value. So your value is the same either way, so why not?
Yeah,
But when
there's no
the
incentive
problem with-
out of scaremongering.
Exactly. You this is the problem. So we have a problem. People are downloading anime illegally. Okay. Why are they doing that? And we can break it down to why certain groups of people do it different from other groups of people. But then we have to solve those problems. We can't just shut people down. We can't just shame people out of torrenting it, which is a tactic commonly used.
And it's not going to work.
No, it's not going to work. But in fact, shaming people will probably just get them torrenting out of spite.
I got another one. Also,
Okay, everybody, get this. I just saw something that's unbelievable, and it's real too. It's like, holy shit. Sorry for this interjection, but I think this is at least important in an amusing way.
Yeah.
Everybody knows who William Shatner is, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Mr. Stutter, and he has that unique way of speaking. Somebody asked him, "What boards do you browse on 4chan?" To which he responded, TV, B, and sometimes X. Why? Holy shit, William Shatner is a channer.
I don't know if I'd call him a channer. There's people who browse 4chan, and then there's channers.
Okay, he's on B.
You don't need to be a channer to go on B. It's as easy as clicking a link.
Oh, I know, but if you go there by choice on a regular schedule.
I'm not going to consider that a channer.
Okay, well, he at very least is very familiar with the inner workings of it then, because why else would you go to B?
I don't know. I'm not even interested in 4chan.
No.
so
Just saying,
far.
it's interesting
Like,
that
I
it's William
don't give a fuck what
William
William
Shatner.
Shatner does on 4chan.
You don't find that amusing?
The dude plays WoW. We know he's a freaking nerd.
Well, yeah, and obviously,
there's no part of me that has any interest in what William Shatner does on 4chan. There's no part of this individual Time Enforcer Anubis that is interested in that at all.
quick, quick, head into the future and he still works for Priceline.
So that's the whole thing. You're not going to shame people out. And what it comes down to is we need to figure out how to get anime in a way that people can access it in a world, like in this sort of worldwide sort of thing. Problem. It's not going to take everyone. It's not going to stop everyone from torrenting, but it'll solve the problem and give a whole lot of people no excuse. Because I mean, and here's the thing: full disclosure, I'm a Crunchyroll subscriber, so I'm fine. I'm fine giving my money to Crunchyroll, and I use their service from time to time. I'm also fine torrenting anime. To me, it makes no difference because I'm still giving my, what was it, $6 a month, some pittance like that to Crunchyroll. It's really ridiculous. But the whole thing is, there's a difference between that. There's a difference between that and just torrenting stuff, never buying stuff.
Oh yeah,
and never spending money on.
Right, but what you got to realize also is there are going to be those elements. They will. But the thing is if you look at it like that as lost sales, you're looking at it wrong.
Yeah, and that's the constant problem with software piracy is every pirate a lost sale? So not necessarily, because this was going on in gaming for a while, and
for sure,
I believe we found out a lot of people who pirate was a try before you buy thing.
Right. That's exactly how Photoshop tends to work for a lot of people.
I also got another one.
They actually did a study, Adobe did, that most people who pirate like Photoshop, some form of Photoshop, learn how to use it with that and then get hired professionally use the pro.
They end up buying it. So
yeah.
We do all this posturing with piracy with anime in particular, where it's okay if you pirate anime, you're just bad.
It's just evil bandits,
just outright. Yeah,
that are basically attacking the fruit stand.
You're a rapscallion if you pirate anime.
Oh shit!
But I was gonna say, what about when the official company puts out a bad release?
There's that too, which again, that's a service problem.
Made a bad product. Sorry, no one made a bad product. Sorry, no one should be buying it anyway because it's a bad product.
It's like when people got into it with Viz over their Sailor Moon.
Yeah,
handling.
Sorry, you made a bad product. Maybe stop sucking next time so people will actually buy it. I'm sorry.
Dun.
And this is the whole thing, and this is what people need to realize about anime. Like people need to realize about anime. This isn't a charity. Like
no.
We're paying for a product, and this is something I got into. This is a friend of mine a long time ago. I don't really hang out with him anymore, but several years ago, I was in the car with my friend, and the whole used game issue, because back in the day,
wasn't this like a GameStop related issue?
Yeah. So for those who don't know, GameStop makes a large portion of their sales off of pre-owned games.
Yep.
Because people buy the new game, and then they will trade in that new game. GameStop will give them a fraction of the price they bought that game for, and then put that game up for.
They work just like a pawn shop.
Yeah, put that game back up on the shelf pre-owned for $5 under the new price.
Mhm.
Money that way. And the issue was game companies were getting upset because they weren't seeing money coming from that. And they, technically speaking, they lost sales from that because people, and GameStop did this too. They would push the pre-owned version of the game onto the consumer when they would try to buy the new version of the game. So
Right.
it's in GameStop's best interest to push the pre-owned version of the game because they net all that money from it,
Right.
and they get to resell when people bring in their new versions and trade them in. So the issue was, I'm not a fan of that practice because I like my money going to the people who make the game.
Mhm.
I don't really care about that anymore because one, I barely go to GameStop, and two, I buy most of my games off Steam anyway, so it doesn't really matter to me anymore. But at the time, I was explaining to my friend, so this is the issue. When you buy a pre-owned game, none of your money's making it back to the people who own the game. So it's a net zero for them. And
Right.
his response was, well, why don't you just send a check to the people who make the game? And this is the same issue we're having with
You
anime.
still don't know if
This
they're
is-
going to go to them.
I've heard that
Well,
argument.
that-
Oh, they should go to the animators or the.
That's one. Number two, this isn't a charity. I'm paying for a product. I want my money to go back to the people who made that product as appreciation and as payment because that's how this system works. However, give people money based on nothing. I'm paying for a product. And that's the whole thing. It's like that's the whole thing with like Viz's release of Sailor Moon and whatnot, where I'm sorry, you put out a sucky release,
Or Funimation's Lucky Star.
or Funimation's Lucky Star. You put out a crappy release. Nobody should buy it. Nobody should feel obligated to buy it just because it's the release, the Western release of Lucky Star. Nobody should feel obligated to buy that if it's bad. I'm sorry. Made a bad product, suck it up. It happens. Stop sucking next time.
In the case of the Sailor Moon one, that one rubs me the wrong way, particularly because when they were notified about it, they're dismissive. Well, we're not fixing it.
Yeah. So
that struck me as just really,
Where the Masters
Really-
of encoding.
really poor business practice.
yeah. So sorry. You made a bad release. You defended your bad release. Nobody should buy it. And if people want to watch Sailor Moon, then they're gonna get it however they're gonna get it. Because we're the anime fandom, we're crazy, and we want our cartoons when we want our cartoons. If people are willing to sell us their cartoons, we'll buy them, but not if it's terrible. Not when you take no care in bringing us our cartoons. And it's a similar thing, my issue with Funimation and what they've been fucking up with in their dubs recently. Why should I be compelled to spend money on that?
And again, that's somewhat dismissive kind of tone they have when confronted about it is just. I understand why people get irritated.
Because they feel like, because they hold the license, they have the only release in the West of this particular work of anime, and they think that people should be obligated to buy it because it's the only release. Because they're the only shop in town. There's only one company I can get Prison School from. Sentai Filmworks isn't putting out their version of Prison School. Discotheque Media isn't putting out their version of Prison School. It's just from Funimation. So Funimation thinks they can do anything they want with it, and we have to deal with it. And the issue is, no, we're the consumer. You're the company providing us a product. If your product's terrible, none of us should be under any obligation to buy it.
Mm.
And in fact, if we still that you didn't make, by the way, So this is because what another thing that should be kept in mind about this issue is that these are all companies like when Viz puts out Sailor Moon and it sucks visually, that's something they did to it. You understand?
Well,
Like,
yeah, I mean, that's the other thing people don't understand is these are delivery distribution channels. These aren't creators.
Yeah,
there's a difference between
did
them
not
and
create-
Lucasfilms.
Exactly. They did not create this media. Viz did something to Sailor Moon to make it look bad.
Or they
So
didn't do
why-
something.
Or it was some sort of failure on their part. Because Sailor Moon looked fine when it was out. As far as that goes, so they did something to it, or they neglected to do something that they should have to it. So why should anyone feel obligated to buy it? Why should anyone feel obligated to spend their hard-earned money on it?
Because I said so.
And if people still want the media, why should anyone feel obligated to get it from one source when the source obviously doesn't care a whole lot about the media or about the people buying the media?
Nah, and the thing is they don't corral crazy employees from saying really outlandish things or absurd political jargon and whatnot.
When the
people
people
on
go
steroids. That's what they. That's now I remember the.
But you know what I mean? Like when you have somebody saying something along the lines of, oh, like I don't know, if you have like an in-house artist or voice actor, actress or something screaming stuff about I don't want you buying my product if you're a member of this political affiliation or something.
Yeah, then fuck you. Maybe I won't buy your product.
Well, no, maybe your employer doesn't need my money either.
Hey, imagine a world where when you go buck wild and when you ostensibly represent a company to an extent, which these people do,
which means you probably shouldn't say every dumb thing that comes to mind on your fucking social media.
You go buck wild and people get upset about it and they take it to a point where they're uncomfortable supporting you through buying products you make, which personally speaking, I don't necessarily support that particular sort of behavior, but it's fine. People can do whatever they want, and people should do whatever they want with regard to their money. So it being known that people do in fact do that, number one, why would you go buck wild on Twitter in the first place? Number two, why is your parent company not reining you in?
That's the thing that gets me. Why isn't your parent company kind of like tapping you on the shoulder and go, "Hey, fucking knock that off"?
And they're like, back to the prison school thing. There were two problems I had with it. Problem one is that they changed it and they shouldn't have because it's not their work. And problem two is that the dude who wrote it went buck wild on Twitter and Funimation did nothing, absolutely nothing about it.
It's and you know why it is. You know why it is.
No, it's
because behind closed doors they agree with what they did.
Agree with him.
And if they come out and say something else, they're lying to themselves.
It's quite hilarious because it's the Funimation, and this is low key. This is how you know. Radio silence on Prison School. We had to find out that they fixed that when it released, so, which means people had to purchase it to find out whether or not they fixed it or not, which means they already have that people's money. So even if they didn't change it, they already have those people's money.
Am I wrong feeling like I almost want to boycott Funimation these days? Just
no. Every other month they do something that makes me want to do that.
Yeah. Again, I'm not particularly I'm not particularly fond of that particular sort of protest. But if you want to do that, that's fine with your money. But what I'm saying is,
I'll give my money
one,
to someone more like competent, like Sentai. They've been doing great.
see, here's the thing, and this is the double-edged sword.
Sentai, Nozomi.
When Funimation fucks up, yeah, they have there's the only place you can get Prison School, and then what happens is, if say they hadn't fixed Prison School, so then if I wanted to watch Prison School, I'd have to go through other means to watch Prison School, and I'd be fine doing that because I don't want Funimation getting my money for that product. It wasn't theirs to change, and when they changed it, they made a poor decision, and that should reflect in how much money they make off of that product when they put it out with that dumbass change in it. But the same thing is with the whole boy cat mentality. What happens when Funimation puts out something I want and it's fine?
Yeah, and then you feel,
because I still want to own it. I like having this shelf. I like having the shelf. I like making the shelf grow, because there's nothing wrong with any of the Tenchi stuff they put out.
I heard Nichijou was fine.
Oh, but here's what I think happened here. If you want my honest opinion, I honestly think that's one of those titles they got in a package deal, and they don't really care about it. They did it to get something else, and so they don't really care what.
Well, that's
fuck with it.
Entirely valid. And probably what happened, but don't half-ass it just because of that.
Well, the thing, but the weird thing is,
right to do
the ecchi stuff from Funimation sells pretty decently. Sekirei was.
Yeah. It doesn't matter if it sells if the people that are putting it out have a distaste for it.
Hate it. If Homeboy hates it and I'm not a translator, I'm a writer, and decides to change it,
dun, dun, dun.
then that's what he's gonna do. And woe betide anyone who has a problem with that, who has a problem with with people putting dated.
I don't know. Somebody making the kind of comments he did really has no business. You have mutton chops, motherfucker.
Has no business. Has no, realistically. But here's the thing. So we had radio silence. First off, we had radio silence on Prison School. Then the Maid Dragon thing happened a couple months ago, and there's been continued radio silence on that. But when they did the Fujoshi Life thing,
oh yeah, that was an interesting scenario too.
They pulled that and responded on the order of a couple days. So,
yeah, like, and this tells you that was considered high priority because they're beholden to a certain ideological group of people.
I wouldn't even say it's that they're beholden. They just agree with that perspective.
But they agree with it and want to placate them.
Yeah, I don't want to get hated on by people. Realistically, were any of those people going to buy Sakaichi Hatsukoi?
Yeah, I get your point.
Have any of those people are gonna stop buying from Funimation based on that? None of those people were spending money on that stuff anyway. I guarantee you. Guarantee you that the people who complained, by and large, the people who complained about Prison School and the people who complained about Maid Dragon buy a lot more anime from Funimation than the people who complained about Fujoshi Life. Guarantee you.
Oh yeah, I mean you could put it this way, there's nothing I own that I wouldn't put on that as a bet. It's absolutely, the thing is that, again, it's along ideological lines, and you can tell in the way they respond to certain things. Not to get too more political than we already are.
Oh, than we already are.
Yeah, I know, but let's think about it like this. Again, I have no problem with this, but it does kind of bring to mind something like when the whole gay marriage was legalized thing, for example. They changed their logo into the rainbow thing. Remember?
Yep.
And to show solidarity, which is fine, if you think that. But you'll note they're the only company that did that.
Yeah, here's the thing. It's fine that they do that,
It's their
And you know what?
company.
And you know what? I think it's fine if people who
Fine
are
if you believe
offended
that.
by
I don't care.
well, I think it's fine if people who are offended by that stop buying from them.
It is. And here's why. Because that
You made a decision,
probably
and
considered
now deal with the consequences of your decision, positive or negative.
because you decided you had to show solidarity, which is fine. That's your right, and but it's
fine.
their right to not like that.
Exactly.
Granted, myself, I don't give a shit about any of that because that's all fucking like antiquated viewpoints, in my opinion. The people that are mad about shit like that, but
It's that, but my whole thing with it is like, it's very obviously whenever a company does that, unless their domain lies within the LGBT sphere, like they're an
they're
LGBT
signaling.
company. Yeah, it's purely signaling. It's marketing.
Right, which is
Just like this whole smug Wendy's thing going on. That's marketing.
which I found humorous, by the way. Did you see?
It's hilarious, but here's the thing. It's really, really clever marketing. Whoever's doing that, of running their marketing for Wendy's, knows social media. They know what they're doing.
Somebody was actually on one of the chans and actually said that they're the person. That they were picked out, like they used to work for some tech or something company, I can't remember what, but they were bored with it and they got hired on because again they know social media. And it's like media. Now I'm making 6 figures shit posting on the Wendy's official account.
Yeah.
And it's like
real life.
Now I don't know if that's like, just somebody fucking around on the chans, because it could be. I mean, it is an anon, but
given that story, I wouldn't be surprised if that was true. Because
if it was true, absolutely,
companies really do that.
Somebody was scouted.
People, yeah. They'll scout people. They might work for a media company. They might work for something else, but they scout people to do social media, and act this way on Twitter because people like it. And what really goes down with that sort of marketing, and I realize we're on a tangent right now, but what really goes down with that sort of marketing is people got Wendy's on the brain now.
Oh, me too. Quite frankly, I'm honestly kind of in the mood for it.
Hey.
And no, we're not being paid.
And that's how you know it's working.
Because it's like, those square burgers are pretty good.
But then here's the difference between that and the Funimation thing. Funimation thing is purely signaling.
Oh yeah, it's just yeah, exactly. That's just clever marketing. That's
like it's not even clever marketing. The Wendy's thing is clever marketing.
That's what I mean. That's clever marketing.
But like the Funimation thing is purely signaling.
Oh, for sure it is.
Yeah, and again,
you know what was brilliant?
That's what they believe, but it's trying to get in with the cool kids in geek culture now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where everyone's got to be progressive now.
Yeah, like progressive is almost like a clothing line or some shit.
It's the same thing. Like it's the same thing with this whole like. Somehow everyone's now on board with anime feminist. Like when anime feminists start off, you saw all these organizations jump on board with them.
Yeah,
it's trendy and it's cool in geek culture to be we're progressive and we're inclusive and we're nice to women in fandom. We're nice to colored people in fandom.
Yeah, which okay, tell me if I'm wrong.
I just realized I said colored people.
I'll back off. I'll back off if I'm wrong on this. But can you guys tell me at any point where, in your experience, where like smaller minorities and groups and stuff have been at the back end of haughty fucking white people in anime? I mean, is that really a problem? I mean, I'm asking as somebody who for a long time kind of tuned out from the fandom.
Here's the thing. People I'm not 100% sure what you're asking, but tell me if I'm on the right track here. Here's the thing. A lot of people talk about, and in half the time it's a white person, by the way. A lot of
Yeah,
people talk about how bad colored people have it in fandom. And I'm over here like, hello? I've been here since 98.
Did you hear about the guy?
When I went to FYE, there wasn't anyone trying to, there wasn't a linebacker trying to block me from buying Tenchi Muyo.
No, you need to play basketball, man.
There was this
Yeah,
guys.
Like what the fuck?
Guys,
it was a fucking the defensive lineman down there trying to get in front of me with a thing. But is that what you're going on with K-Gods? Because
Yeah.
I've never
what
seen
I'm asking is, are you getting like people going, oh, what is he doing here? Or,
Yeah, no,
you know?
I've never seen any kind of resistance in any fandom because of the color of my skin.
I was just asking because there was a good stretch in my 20s, which dates me, but where I really just tuned out, it didn't have my pulse on what people were talking like during forums and things like that, you know? And so if something was going on during that period, I really wouldn't have known.
It's so ridiculous to me that people are still talking about this. So ridiculous. So ridiculous that people still feel the need to signal about how good they are to women in the anime fandom, to signal about how there's female anime fans too, right? No shit, Sherlock.
Dude, I've been in here longer than you. I know that.
So
guess what? Females like fan service stuff. Some of them actually.
You know the ones that don't. You know the ones that don't, or the ones that really hate that stuff. They're people that have a stick up their ass to begin with.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, wait a second. I ran an anime club. We were nearly 50-50 split with gender. There were times when at least two.
Was there an attack helicopter?
There were times.
And he was like, "Yeah, the drone I had in the back."
At least half of my executive board were women. Like, it's baffling to me that people still talk about this because I've never experienced that sort of thing. And here's the thing, and here's how you can tell. The people who complain about all this stuff, the people who complain about, people of color in fandom are discriminated against, or women in fandom are discriminated against.
They're all white.
But not that they're all white. Some of them are actually darker. But what I'm saying is, all the people who complain about that kind of thing, you notice that they all get into fandom and try to use their identity to, like, they get into fandom with this chip on their shoulder about their identity.
Oh yeah, they try to make it more about who
fan.
they are than the actual stuff.
It's not just I'm an anime fan. It's not just I love Ouran High School Host Club. No, I'm a female anime fan. I'm a black anime fan. I'm a person of color in the anime fandom.
I'm a questioning fan.
I'm not just I'm an anime fan. Not just I enjoy this medium, and certainly not, hey, this is pretty cool. I would like to understand this fandom and where these people are coming from so that I too can join these people on equal terms. No, it's, I have this identity. I'm going to impose it upon all of you, and I'm going to try and jump on people's heads, climb up over people, using that to try and gain some kind of control within this fandom. And you realize nobody likes those people but those people.
Right. And the thing is, though, that's what the signaling's about. They're trying to bring more of them in. And they're trying to convert the people they think they can.
Yeah, it's not going to work.
Here's the weirdest thing, though, okay? You're seeing the backlash. I mean, we all have. The thing is with nerds is they probably see them as these easy to bully, easy rollover types, and a lot of them are. But there's also plenty of really fucking stubborn ones that aren't going to do that.
And here's why. They
were bullied their entire life by other people.
We run to this stuff because the real world's shitty.
Can we move to the?
We run to this stuff because
I think we should wrap it up.
So let me finish this point. We run to this stuff because because we're shunned everywhere else. So now these people are gonna try and roll up in here and start telling us what to do. Don't try and this thing about trying to corner an animal when it's back against the wall. It's just gonna fight you. When now we're gonna fight you.
Well, it's like somebody coming into your house and shitting on your carpet and expecting you to deal with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Rather than making them leave.
We built this fandom. And
We built this fandom.
Built this
fandom on fence.
apparently on white supremacy.
On Dojinshi.
Despite the fact that it's not ultimately a white creation.
we built this fandom on bootlegs, piracy, and fan subs.
So we built this fandom. Dun dun dun. Built this fandom on criminality. No. Nah.
On the gray area anime fandom syndicate.
Okay. I think we should probably wrap it up though.
In any case, yeah. The point is, don't back people up against the wall and then be surprised when they fight you.
Long story short, your war against piracy isn't going to work.
It's not going to work. Solve the real problem, and then all your problems with piracy will magically go away.
Or if not go away,
when people can
largely be negated.
Yeah, largely get down to a point where it's negligible.
You know,
where the people who are
When
pirating
things
weren't
cancel
going to buy
out.
it in the first place.
do some math.
You're listening to NTR Radio. Let's see. Bring that down.
Would you like some mango?
Mongo. That's actually pretty close to how Jamaican people pronounce it, actually.
I see.
Let's see. Yeah, we can actually.
Bertie plays the mama. Listen to the shitty.
My oi plays the skin flute. Vice reports, I tattooed Chelsea Clinton's face on my body, and I regret nothing.
What?
Are you fucking insane? Okay, like, first off, why? She's the daughter of a powerful politician. She's not herself, actually, at least not yet, a politician.
She's gonna be next president.
Yeah, I bet. I think we've all had enough of the Clintons. The only good thing about them being in charge again would be the Bill jokes. Which, not gonna lie, that would be the only thing I was going to look forward to if she did win.
I just posted a new tweet I think you'll like.
Yeah, Neon responded, "Kill me now." Yeah, I know that feeling.
I was going to say during the show, but and it was going so. There was a guy. I don't know if it was Crunchyroll or Funimation. I'm almost certain it was Crunchyroll, but there was a black guy on their staff.
The token?
Probably. That gave a eulogy to when Castro died.
Are you fucking serious?
That's what I heard from Cody's podcast. Because he didn't know that. Because this guy didn't know that Castro hated black people.
Oh yeah. So did fucking I can't think of his name now.
Che,
thank you.
Yeah.
He also hated homosexuals. I love how he's like a symbol for freedom for some people. like what the fuck is that about?
I wear my t-shirt.
Well, now see, that's just brilliant capitalist marketing right there.
I got it.
We're gonna sell this fucking shirt to some dumbass kid.
I got it. Che, but in the Umaru hamster hoodie thing.
Okay.
There you go.
Seize the means of cookies. I don't know.
Seize the means of
Cola.
yeah. Chipu.
Terrible. Nah. Yeah, there were some other people too, including foreign leaders and stuff who did that. I'm like, are we talking about the same fucking person here? It's like, you'll note none of these people ever live under these kind of countries, forms of fucking, governing. They're always from some fucking fruity patootie, like magical utopia thing they've created for themselves that's nowhere near being in tune with reality.
We could do communism, but we'll have gays and trans and.
Yeah, you can also put your dick in a light socket. It doesn't mean it's a good idea.
But it's we're gonna have communism, but we're gonna have gays and trans. In fact, forget the trans. I'm trying to do a Bender joke.
Well, we'll put it this way. Here's all you need to know about that. Cubans in Miami were dancing around when they heard about that.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure they would know a little better than some fucking Berkeley college student.
All right, ready on third segment.
Moldy locks.
Yeah, mold, all right.
In 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to NTR Radio. We have mail.
Incoming message.
This one's coming in from Cube the Third. Hey yo, NTR. Been a while since I submitted an email. This question is for Anubis. I meant to ask this on the anniversary of Prince's passing, but what is your favorite Prince album or song?
Ooh.
I'd have to say my favorite album would be his one of his 3 1996 albums, Emancipation.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a triple length album, so it's 3 CDs in one thing.
Okay.
So
I gotcha.
Because like that one, I've been hearing Emancipation throughout because my entire family is crazy about Prince.
Okay.
So I've been hearing an Emancipation, like literally since I was 6 years old, just hearing various songs and whatnot, and it's always stuck with me like that.
Right.
Which is crazy because like if you ask a lot of there's before this and like what are many people's favorite Prince albums, Emancipation doesn't come up very often.
No,
which
you'll
is
be
a shame because it's a fantastic album.
You'll have people that'll just like do the, and I'll admit I'm more of a casual fan, but you'll have people drop the typical things like Purple Rain or
Purple Rain, Sign of the Times.
Yeah, or just songs like When Doves Cry or so forth. Speaking of which, there is one thing Prince did that was absolutely brilliant that I don't think I've seen any other artist ever do.
Beyond using his likeness as portrayed by Dave Chappelle on the cover for his single Breakfast Can Wait, which is a real thing, by the way.
That's awesome, but that's not what I was going to say. What I was actually going to say was when he was in an entanglement with rights and legal trouble with his music, when he was basically battling with his own record company for control of his own music, he changed his name.
Yep. Technically, Emancipation is by the artist formerly known as
Prince. And this was brilliant because the reason he did this is so he could still release music out under a different thing while still getting the rights to his old stuff back.
Yep.
Basically. It was actually pretty ingenious, really. He basically, because everybody who knows anything about music knows that the record industry is corrupt as shit.
Yeah.
They rip people off so fucking bad. It's unreal. Like, you wouldn't believe these record contracts people sign because they're young and they're just excited. They're basically slaves. like unreal what kind of stuff they'll sell away.
Prince actually did. There was this whole thing where Prince actually went around with the word "slave" written on his cheek for similar reasons.
Right. So again, he was a smart guy and incredibly. He's just bright in a kind of an outside of the box kind of way because again, who? Yeah, he's a great guitar player and a bunch of stuff.
He plays every instrument. I'm pretty sure if you give him like a bassoon, he'll shred the bassoon.
I'll be right back. Just one.
Right. Most people, I'm going to have to assume that maybe he learned piano or something when he was younger, because most people, if you can play a piano, you can pretty much play anything.
Yeah.
Or at least with some level of competency. I have relatives like that. And, but no, I mean, most people that get fucked over by their record company don't think to do something like that.
Exactly.
And that was brilliant because not only did he fight and win, his rights to all his stuff and whatnot, you'll note he turned his name right back when he did.
Yep.
It was like.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
So yeah, it's pretty sweet. I'll give him major props for, again, just besides being multi-talented, also being business-minded too.
Oh, yeah.
Because the way he pulled that off, because I never knew when I was a kid why he did that. I always thought that was just like some kind of ego thing.
See, I never heard about the whole artist formerly known as Prince until I was like well into adulthood. But because it was always just Prince to me.
Yeah. I mean, he always was going to be that anyway. And again, it didn't help that his popularity kind of soared back into public consciousness again after that Chappelle Show skit, where people started talking about him. Same with fucking Rick James. Yep. Although remember, kids, cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
I love that. That's funny. The fact that they really got him on there. That was funny. Darkness. Black magic. Great stuff. Again, that question was for you, but I had to chime in with that because it's Prince, damn it.
Yeah.
And
can't get enough.
Nah, he's pretty sweet. I'll say that even as the residential metal guy.
So, like, I'm convinced, like, if you don't like Prince, there might be something low level wrong with you, because
it's kind of like when you run across somebody who hates Bohemian Rhapsody.
It's like really.
You just kind of have to go. It's like, I can understand that you're tired of hearing it because it comes on every day, but like, I don't know. Anytime I hear it, I get the urge to join in, like a fucking conga line or something. In fact, if it happens at Expo, I'm not going to stop myself.
People start singing it at a con, like everyone will join in.
Oh yeah, because everybody knows the words to it. Come on.
Also, as an aside, Oog here in the IRC apparently didn't know Rick James is a real person. Was a real person. He's dead now.
Yeah. In fact, there was a really fucking funny T-shirt that came out after he died that has a tombstone. And it said, "I'm Rick James, ghost bitch." Which, that's fucked up, but admittedly pretty funny.
Hilarious.
I'll go ahead and put this on record. Super Freak is better than Hammer Time.
Yeah.
Anybody who says otherwise, I think, is tone deaf.
In any case,
I catch singing that one more than I only remember Hammer Time because of the fucking cartoon.
Yeah, and quite frankly, let's be honest. There's people who had to deal with the MC Hammer cartoon probably honestly deserve pity sex. I mean, because that shit was awful.
Well, I was watching that that was one of the first shows I was watching for the ironic sake. Like, this is so bad, but I'm watching it because it's so bad.
I can't even do that. I got no patience for that.
No,
especially
it's bad.
Especially the MC Hammer cartoon. No,
well, I'm trying to remember what I even.
I can just see you sitting there in your Zero mask and outfit, sitting there like looking at the Wall Street Journal. Hey, the MC Hammer cartoon's on. You want to watch this? And you take off your helmet. Who the fuck do you think you're talking to?
Well, what is it? 90. It was from 91, so I was probably 9.
I'm so glad I was not cognizant around that point.
No, but I do. I just get you kind of doing that, like that face, that that kind of condescending, like child scolding look.
Yeah,
like
that kind of.
Imagine a
what are you
cartoon.
doing?
For those listening that don't know what, imagine a cartoon with absolutely no in betweens for the animation.
Oh,
Oh no.
No in
So,
between.
so it looks like stop motion.
Yeah, I've seen
Ugh.
not even stop, like just one frame, flip. You know.
So it's like Inferno Cop,
Yeah,
except somehow it looks worse.
ooh, and
2 frames of animation. One.
Let's be honest though. At least Inferno Cop was short and not done at the expense of a kind of a washed up person. Like think about MC Hammer. When's the last time you heard about him?
I always see him
outside of him being broke.
Well, I see him in
exactly.
those awful. Anytime, like in those really bad commercials, they still have him introduce himself as Hammer.
It's
Yeah,
bad that he has to. That's bad that he has to. Hey, remember me?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I remember one that was like, "Hey, I'm the Hammer, baby," and I'm like, "Wow, you're so broke."
Yeah, I mean, it's like sometimes you'll see somebody like hawking like a phone or an insurance commercial, and you're like, I thought that guy was dead.
Yeah, exactly.
I just
Like,
know
holy
that
shit.
I just know that at one point he had not one but 2 helicopters.
Not one, but 2 helicopters. Well, see, but that's why he doesn't have any money anymore, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he wasted it on
He wasted
fucking
all his money
helicopters.
on stupid things like helicopters.
It's like, you're not Donald Trump. You don't get the retractable gear helicopter.
Like
on now.
how Master P had a solid gold tank at some point. Like
See,
allegedly he had a solid gold tank. It's like,
There's a certain cool factor, at least there.
you know what? I'd just get me the normal tank.
What would a
The
newest
normal
buy?
tank is cool enough.
What would you buy
Parking-
if you had crazy money?
Well, just think about that. Think about the tank for a minute, though. One last thing. Think about the tank. It's like the tank, even if it's just a regular one, like Anubis said. Here's the great thing about it, though. You'll never have parking space problems ever again.
Exactly.
Because who's not going to move out of your way?
I'd buy
It's
that.
like, it's like, I want to park here. Well, I'm here. One button and your car becomes scrap.
Yeah, so
I think we'll all buy that sex doll, right?
No,
That sex robot.
because I'd have enough money for an army of maids
Oh,
and
I
to
see that.
outfit them with weapons. See,
would you do
you're-
like the Family Guy thing, where like you
you're
got the
thinking
big house?
small-
And
Yeah, exactly. I'd have a compound. That's how much money I'd have. I'd have a
I'm getting
compound.
some bad Utah vibes here.
So here's the thing. You're thinking small VZ. You're thinking here. Well, no, I'm thinking small now. Here's the thing. Here's what I'd do. I would fund research into better sex dolls.
Patent
know
them.
what I'm saying? And then I patent that shit and sell it and make more money. See, here's what you got to make your money work for you.
Genetically cloned
Asa Akira.
like just clones that you can use at your disposal
Well, not,
for
see,
yourself,
well, not here.
for your own pleasure.
Well, no, here's the thing.
Genetically
you
designed to
do that-
obey every command.
But that's
well,
not
no,
making your money work for you.
You're not. That's not making your money work for you. You gotta invest in that research so you own all the patents. You own all the means of production with regards to that entire product. You own all of it. You have the monopoly on it, and you can go in and just put it out on the market, and you'll make money. That's how you make your money work for you. Continuing on with the email. How have y'all been enjoying Aramanga Sensei? Sagiri and Alpha Yamada are the epitome of perfection, which we already talked about in the first segment. But yeah, I think I'm enjoying it more than I enjoyed Imo.
Probably because you don't have to deal with what's her bitch face.
Ayase.
Probably that, and there's a real big creative vibe thing going on with Aramanga Sensei, and is another reason I like Saikano so much is that I'm beginning to enjoy a whole lot of anime about people making stuff. Like you had Shirobaka, which I loved, about them all making an anime. You have Aramanga Sensei, where the girl's an artist. You have Saikano, where this one girl's an artist and this other girl's a writer, and they're all trying to make this visual novel together. Like, I'm really liking that kind of anime that kind of chronicles the creation of things, or like deals with people who create things as a hobby or as a career.
So, we got to come up with the next idea of like what would they next creation anime thing.
Well, we had a new game with Moe Moe game developers. Oh, okay. Here we go. You want a throwback? Here we go. Moe Moe Blacksmith. And it's that one blacksmith in East LA who's serving the East Side javelins.
They already kind of did that. Sacred Blacksmith. Even though it wasn't really it was more of a fantasy.
Well, yeah. So we got to get that cute girls blacksmithing, or like we need to get a cute girls medieval careers. So we got the Moe Moe blacksmith, the Moe Moe Fletcher, the Moe Moe pole turner. I'm telling you, the Moe Moe Cooper. She's just making all these barrels, and like that's what she does. Really, that's really not even what I'm talking. Oh, here's what we need to do. Here's the next Moe Moe girls creating things. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Moe Moe garage kit. and here's what it
erector set.
This A1 Pictures. If you're listening, this was my idea. I expect a check. All right. What they do is, you see the Moe girls and they're making garage kits, and then when it's time to get to figures, they sell figures of the girls from the show, but they also sell the figures they made in the show. Yeah, exactly. You want the Moe anime about girls creating stuff? That's your show.
Moe Moe Drug Cartel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cross the line.
Peruvian anime bitches.
Continuing on with the
I think we offend every single country we talk about.
Moe Drug Mule and
Moe Drug Mule.
And was it the Wooby of the show? Like, you know, the character that's like, I don't know.
They literally have
the character that like gets bullied in the show, like a Mikuru.
No, I was thinking that one of the characters one of the characters is actually in the position of a mule. Like they even have the thing on around their neck, like, you know.
Yeah. Oh yes.
And they're actually literally carrying like a pharmaceutical thing.
Drugs.
Like they literally have like cannabis in the back of it and cocaine and whatnot. We're so going to be on somebody's blacklist.
Moe Moe Scarface.
Yeah.
Just remake Scarface. But
well, technically, the one Russian chick from Black Lagoon is kind of like that.
Yeah, technically. But she's
literally a Scarface.
Speaking of Aramanga Sensei, Otaku Midnight is bringing back 00 Seridin to talk about Aramanga Sensei and our thoughts on it 5 episodes in. You might remember 00 Seridin from the SAO episodes we did, which even if you aren't a fan, you should check all those episodes out. I can personally vouch for those episodes being pretty good.
Okay.
Also, I think of this as an appetizer to the Ultimate Ori-Emo Discourse NTR Midnight collaboration, which I should have more info on coming on this upcoming episode. Stay tuned. That's all for now. That's all for now.
Thank you. May you not get assaulted by the East Side Javelins.
The East Side Javelins.
I don't know. Something about like people hanging out in like New York and New Jersey with pole arms.
Pole arms.
Hanging out like
8 foot long spears.
Yeah. They look like headhunters or something.
Okay, I got it. Moe Moe JAV film crew.
I'd watch that.
Yeah.
But it's not a hentai series.
No, you just, like anytime
even better.
like when they're not, like, you can just hear people getting boffed in the background, but you don't actually see it. Like while they're setting up like camera like angles and like, you know, messing with the audio equipment and stuff and like editing, you don't actually see anything. You just hear the sounds and kind of creative angles and stuff.
Moe Boogie Nights.
Yes, yes. And then there's one part of the screen that's entirely just pixelated. Anybody who's seen that movie knows why that's funny.
Okay, I think that's the show.
Yeah, this is getting a little out of control.
We've crossed the line several times. I think it's time to end the show. Before we cross the line again,
It's time to go to bed.
the email address is ntrradio@gmail.com.
Moe, Silence of the Lambs.
Okay, we've crossed the line several times.
Yeah, including one extra one.
Okay.
Oh god, somebody. Okay, we have one other comment. Moe girls jacking off disabled guys.
Okay, we're very far off the line now. The email address is ntrradio@gmail.com. The website is sheslostcontrol.net/podcast. Check out VZ stuff at VZMK2, moemekagatai.wordpress.com. Check out iashike.moe because the stuff there is really good. Check out shinikiba.moe because you can get all your half-naked anime girls there.
I put a new blog post this week.
VZ's got a new blog post, so check that out.
Yeah.
Also check out the Bakugaijin show and Otaku Midnight because all the stuff those guys do is also really good. An announcement that I neglected to make at the top of the show. I'm putting Nyan the magazine on indefinite hold just because it was it's too much work for me myself to do for the return I was getting to it.
Oh, wow. But are you still putting the next one out?
No, it's not coming out.
Oh. Ooh. So how come what was the issue?
He just said what the issue was.
No real issue. It's just it put it this way, it was taking from me more than it was giving me.
All right. Well, you know what I think you should.
In order to continue sustain doing like the podcast and Iyashike and everything else I'm doing, something's
got to give.
Something's got to get. And the easiest thing was on the magazine because like that realistically that was just a thing I wanted to do just to say I could do it, and two because it was nice having like the physical copy of the thing held in my hands.
We can still do another in the future.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm never doing Nyan the magazine again, but it's
I gotcha.
Yeah, for now it's on hold, and if I bring it back, it might not come back in the exact same form that
we should also point out about us moving the podcast.
Yes, as you might notice if you're paying attention to Twitter, podcast is populating a new website, and realistically, this here is a placeholder website. Because here's the entire thing happening here is we have the Libsyn. So now NTR Radio is being served through Libsyn. So we have all the episodes are going to eventually be on this new service with this new feed. What we're going to do is transition over to a new website, which will have the new, that will be ntrradio.net, and that'll have the new WordPress with all the links to the episodes to it on it.
Yeah, all that good.
So that's why we're kind of jumbled. We're kind of jumbled up right now, but in very short order, it's going to be everything's going to be nice and clean and organized like it should be.
Yep. We'll probably have some fun like creating new profiles and all that stupid stuff too.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe I'll take an actual picture. Who knows? just post a picture of a big pile of elephant shit or something.
There you go.
Yeah. Anyway,
that's the show. I'm Tom Force Nubis.
I'm K Yachts.
I'm VZ Mark II.
And even though we get pirated every time we say it, this is NTR Radio.